Come on, there you go. So, well, that sometimes it just decides to not work. And then we're gonna here. Fine, there you go. Done. Open this. In the right position? No, it's not. Now it's in the right position. Trigger message. I need an untrigger because I kind of mucked up the alignment. It's too much to the right, so I'm cutting off the end of the text. Hey, hello. Anyways, King Reborn, welcome back. Hello, how you doing? Been a while. Quite a while, actually, because I haven't been very busy. Which I guess is both a good thing and a bad thing. Just got back from the Squid Games. Fair. How'd it go? Did you win? Well, obviously you did, because you wouldn't be here if you lost. Losing the games is kind of punishing. Come on, let me just move my chat like there. There you go. Hey, I bet you there's a nice prize pool for winning that. If I remember correctly, it's quite a lot of money. Now you can retire and have a nice retirement. Yeah, what's one death game if you can rich? Probably still quite bad actually. I probably wouldn't be too good in a death game. I wouldn't be good at all. So it's time for Yuri's route. Yes, it is. It is time for Yuri's route. Although we'll skip through most unseen dialogue. Well, we'll skip through all the unseen dialogue, but as we see, this is not unskipped, so we can just look at Yuri. She still seems to be immersed in her book. And it looks to be the same book she gave me. Ooh. And then we got the best for last, Monica. I have no clue where it's going to go with Yuri and Monica. I don't know. I'll be interested to see how it goes. From my angle, it looks like she's on the first few pages. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. My apologies, I was spacing out. It seems to be too tentative as is. Probably doesn't help that I was particularly staring at her, mentally documenting every movement she made. Yes, best for last, Monica. Yep. Sometimes I find myself too invested in making note of what everyone around me is doing. It was part of my training, I would need to be aware. But sometimes that training can take over in an environment like this. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so... Yeah, could be rereading the book. Because for some reason they have 2 copies of the exact same book, which is weird. Because why would... I kind of pointless having the 2 copies of the exact same book. It's a bit weird. And what book is it actually? We weren't actually told what book it is this time. I don't know, if it's the portrait of Markov, we probably shouldn't read that. Because that book is, from what we're told, it's not a nice book whatsoever. That's the book you gave me, right? Want to reread some of it? Not for any particular reason. I skimmed some of it seems interesting. I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. Yeah, probably because it possesses you. Maybe it's what it'd be about. Maybe it'd be about the book. This time, I'm trying to think what could it be. Because sorry we got kidnapped. Well, sorry we got kidnapped and we had on a rescue mission. And Natsuki, we had a we got attempted. Well, Natsuki, we got someone attempted to assassinate us, and then we had a fight with an ex-agent and died multiple times for choosing the incorrect. Well, we died when we didn't actually die. We pretended to be dead. Then we came back to life. and then died again because I chose the wrong option, and then went back and we survived. Hopefully nothing bad happens. It's something's bound to go. Something bad's bound to happen, but it depends what it is. Because this character scares me. Because she's a bit unhinged, and yeah. Especially those ultra realistic eyes. No, that's not a nice scene. But it depends how bad it gets in this one, because so far they seem quite normal. Honestly, not really. It doesn't scare. It doesn't. I find something really uncanny about it. I really don't like it. I don't know why. Act 2 Doki Doki. That's my it's horrible. I really don't like Act 2. Act 1's fine. Act 2, yeah. Especially with her, it's not nice. I have a hard time putting it down. Yeah, no kidding. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Relatable? I don't know if I'd call it... If it's the same book as we think it is, relatable is not the word I would use with it. Is that so? What's it about anyway? Well... Closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Mark IV. Yes, so it is that book. There's an honest looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about a girl who moves with her long lost sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She's targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. Yeah, okay, so it is the same one. And while her life's in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, ends up destroying most relationships, her life starts to fall apart. That's pretty dark. What about that's relatable? She made it sound like a nice story, so that dark turn was a sort of surprise. And honestly, it's better than those unrealistic love novels. Those are hard to read. It's far too fake and set up. The real world is not that glossy and polished. The real world will bust your door down and drag you up by force if tempted. Again, I still don't get why that's relatable. But what's relatable about the book? Yeah, as I think kind of... I played Within, that changed everything. Yeah, Within was a really good mod. Within was a really, really good mod. Right, so you were a Yuri person before the Within mod. Interesting. See, I haven't really changed. I'm still between Natsuki and Sori. And Yuri probably has to be last for me. Because, again, something about her is very... Yeah. But saying she hasn't been in any good light, any of the mods. In all the mods, she's been kind of crazy. Which hasn't helped. Gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? Actually, I kind of prefer harsh reality and scenario-based stories. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that she's into these things. She's shy and reclusive on one hand, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. Horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil. Oh, hello assassin, welcome back. How's your moving going? But because they have their own goals and their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one and their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. What? The more lore one. The mod I made some more lore about the ones who get sucked in after entities. So after a series of events, you. Oh, interesting. Okay. Arrived today and had a lot to clean. Oh, fun. Cleaning is. I don't mind it, but it's also can be quite a big job depending on what you need to do. So let's get in there then. That's it. As long as it's getting there, that's the main thing. Nice place. Made out to be naive. Yeah. I'm rambling, aren't I? It can be annoying sometimes. I don't know. I guess it can be. Depends. I've got like I don't know. I've got like the models, Warhammer models, and they collect a bunch of dust, and it just it's a pain to clean because all the spiky edges. To rebuild PCs, I can't. Ooh, yeah, okay. Now I can see that being annoying. Transporting your PC in pieces, yeah. I bet that's annoying, because putting that together can take some time. I remember I had to replace my motherboard. Oh, that took forever. Unplugging it all, then plugging it all back in. Oh, that was horribly slow. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Why are you apologizing? You haven't done anything wrong. Don't apologize for things you did not do. You want to, yeah, you don't want to risk, yeah, fair enough. It's not worth it. You don't want anything getting damaged. If something got damaged, that'd suck. Better safe than sorry. Because then you allow someone the opportunity to step on you and influence you. But well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm so sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much. Note, if you speak too much for my comfort, I'll gladly tell you to shut up. That's a bit harsh, but I don't perceive that will get to that point. Plus, this is a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. So now you've gathered my interest in this book, why don't I read it with you? You don't have to. I'm certainly not being forced to. Let me get the book. Will you retrieve the book I had placed in my bag, slipping the seat next to hers? Ah, what, scared of me? I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's something I'm not very used to. That is reading in company of someone. I see. Well, I will read it. If I distract you, just tell me. When someone casts off it. Wait for my life, wait for my... Oh, yeah, people cutting you off is annoying. Oh yeah. Okay, you don't want to get that 480 damaged. Their priorities got some good priorities. I'm going to start the prologue. I understand what's meaning about reading in company. Is if I can feel her presence on my shoulder as I read. It's not particularly a bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. You're in the corner of my eyes. I realize she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. I notice she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. I was just... What did I tell you about apologizing? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean... Rub my forehead. Alright, how's this? I set my desk until it's up against hers, then hold the book between the both of us. I suppose it's alright. Me close your own copy. Once we lean a bit closer, our shoulders are almost touching. I maintain my form even if it touches me. I try to turn the page but realize it's going to be more difficult than I thought. Here. Takes the left arm and holds the left side of the book between a thumb and forefinger. Yeah. Wow, this is an amazing book. I like the line. This looks a very interesting book. Lines, yes, I can read that. But, oh, what's the best thing about your apartment? Ooh, please do tell me what's the best thing. Also, why is half the book empty? That's so much wasted paper. I do the same with right arm on the right of the book. This way I can turn the page. She slides on the finger and flips to the side. Are you ready? Eh? To turn the page? Oh, go for it. I glance over at your face again and our eyes meet. We continue reading. No longer to ask me for me to turn the page, instead just assumes that she's finished the pain before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Can you read Doctor's handwriting? It depends, sometimes. Sometimes I can. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost to the intricate exchange. You live right next to a fire, I don't have to worry about fire. Hey, well, that's good. That's very good. No. Yeah, they'll be there very quickly if something happens. My thumb gently lets go through the page, letting it flutter over to the side as she catches into her own thumb. Yeah. This might be a silly thought. The main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second guesses all the things she says and does, like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. I see. You may silent for a moment, but I reckon that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's embarrassing you think that. Eh? I don't believe it's intended as a bad or anything. I guess I could rephrase it. It's rather cutesy. Uh-huh. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Interrupted. But it's in cursive. I think about it. It's that time we share poems with each other. We might not have enough time if we wait too long. Yeah. We exhale spared from finishing a thought. Is that right, Jimmy? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Make a note of where we are. Okay. Take a mental note of the page I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. And now it's all back to this, so we're going to skip. We're just going to skip through all this. Skip. Huh? Oh, that still happened. Why did we go into her bedroom? I'm confused. Why did we do that? I don't remember. Oh well, it can't be important. We've seen it already. I'll go viewing. The delicate and timid nature makes me want to learn more about her. I'm quite curious. Suddenly I noticed her peering at me from her book. We were just inside Sori's house and I can't remember why. And then we beat up a guy. By the way, when does this date? It ends once we've got this one more route after this and we finish it. And then tomorrow I will stream something else. Although when or what I'm going to stream tomorrow, I don't have a clue because I'm running out of ideas for games. Technically, I do have to finish Undertale. I do need to finish that. So I guess I could do that. But she looks away just as quickly with a flustered look. I realize she won't get anywhere like this. I can't do tomorrow. I'm busy. During the day, I'm busy. I can't do tomorrow. I could do Monday. When are we going to go back to play Sea of Thieves? I don't know. I usually only do Sea of Thieves with my mates. And also, Sea of Thieves really doesn't perform well on my channel whatsoever. Like, Sea of Thieves, I got... Let me see what was my last Sea of Thieves. My Sea of Thieves got 8. So I didn't understand it. Monday? How's Monday? Yeah, Sea of Thieves only got 8 views. Whereas my Doki Doki averages anywhere from 15 to 30. Well, all the way up to 50. But Sea of Thieves really does not perform well whatsoever. And I don't know why. I really just won't get anywhere like this. I've never really seen you approach anyone or start a conversation on your own accord. I think your clip, yeah, I think your clip actually has got more views than that. So not good for me any particular. Anytime before 5 o'clock, the 5 p.m. Because that's when I have my food, and then I start stream after that. Although saying that my time will be different. It'd be 5 GMT. Which time is it? What time is it? It's not GMT. It's BST. Yeah, BST, British Summertime. That's it. I should approach her outside conversation on accord, so I have no choice but to approach her myself. I stand up from my desk and sit in the one next to hers. I didn't mean to bother you or anything. Relax, you didn't even do anything. But I could tell you wanted to be alone with your thoughts. Alone with my thoughts? Since when were you an all-knowing being? She chuckles. Well, it's something that I do a lot, so it wasn't hard for me to spot based on your posture and expression. Not that I was staring or anything. Okay, so that's before 6 PM German time. Okay. Yeah, what's the time zone over there? Not that I was staring or anything. I didn't do anything creepy like that. In any case, I guess you're right. May I ask you, Echo, may I ask you a question? If it's something I'm able to answer, sure. For me, streams around 2 AM. This is why I can only watch you on Fridays or when I'm sick or when I'm on weekends or on break. Well, well, oh, that's not too bad then. Oh, yikes, that is early. Yeah. No wonder. Yeah, that is really early, 2 AM. Fair play. Thank you for coming, for watching, despite how early it is. Fair play. Thank you. Well, you acted very strange all day. And when you came in and talked to her over there in the corner, you suddenly changed back into a normal self. I see. Are you two perhaps involved? Oh yeah, mate. You mean as if we were dating, correct? How early you're awake? I didn't wake up to 8 o'clock. Mainly because I'd been dog sitting and they kept waking me up every morning. Like one morning I was at like 4 o'clock. Then the day after I was up like 4 times. So today I slept in. I mean as if dating, correct? No, I wasn't asking if you was breathe. The way you're getting all excited about is unneeded. Unneeded? That was my word, yes. Okay, it's from like 8 till 5. Yeah, basically any time between then. I might be up earlier, I might not. I'll try to be up then, but yeah. Usually, yeah, that's any time between there, yeah. So and I are not dating. She smiles shyly. Why'd you ask? No reason. I was just curious. If I was a moron, I would probably dismiss this easily without a second thought. I'll text you. Hey, yeah, cool. Second thought. She was either concerned about her friend's sudden attitude change or she has a romantic interest in me. Or both. That could not be too far off. If you say so. I'm glad she's able to feel better now. She was just scared. Scared? What about? She said she heard some noises outside her window. I simply assured her she had nothing to worry about. Guys from Europe, you have time zones. You have different time zones from me all the way in Asia. Yeah. In fairness, you are literally, well, you're not far away from being the other side of the world. It's not far off. I don't know, was it? I can never tell on a map because it's flat. It's really hard to tell. It's not that far off from being on the other side of the world, really. I think that fact's so crazy. It's turning night for us, but yet somewhere else it's turning morning. Because it's like, wow. Simply so she has nothing to worry about. That was really kind of you to ease her mind like that. It can be hard when you don't have someone to do that. What? Don't tell me she's referring to herself. Is she crying for attention or being sincere? Because how I look at it, you could be speaking from... Of course I'm speaking generally. Some people just don't have someone around to console them. Yep, I get where she's coming from. Even when I was younger, I didn't have an... Echo, did you have someone special like that? This person is reading my mind. By looking at your face, I guess it was hard for you as well. Okay, I will not lie, this is rather creepy. I don't remember, but I'm happy. Country redly, yeah. I'm usually the person who has a read mind, but Yuri has turned it right around on me. Impressive props to skill. I think I'm gonna like her. Well, I guess I can say you're not that far. You aren't far off. Didn't really have anyone when I was younger. I am really sorry to hear that. Say, Yuri, you weren't just referring to yourself in the analytical sense, were you? Yes? I see. Well, that gives us one more thing in common then. Okay. Ooh, yeah, you want to collect that? You have a lot of nice bit of money. But weren't your parents around to be your support network? No. In fact, they were too busy with their work and never really... You cut yourself off realizing you said too much. Face is of immediate regret. Fumbles her words. I'm gonna have to save the situation again. You need to speak. You do not need to speak further, I understand. My parents weren't around much for me either. Correction, parent. Parents only had one? I never knew my mother. So only your father was around? What? Sausages, eggs. 45 billion sausages. Ooh, that's very nice. So your father was around? Uh-oh. We got angry. Echo? My father? Don't get me started on my father. Snap back into reality. I realize that my fists have been balled up and I'm gripping the side of the desk as hard as I can. I release my grip and look at her. I don't like to talk about my father. I'm sorry if I scared you or caused you any concern. I see. I'm sorry to bring that up. It's fine. I can tell I made her very uneasy from that. I can't really blame her either. That part of my life is one that I wish to forget. And sometimes it brings out the worst in me. Anyway, as long as we're here, so why don't we do some reading? Well, as long as you're okay with it. Yeah, I should be taking mind of this whole thing anyway. So let's get started. Yes, let's... Actually, I have a request. Do you mind if I make some tea first? No? Thank you very much. Ooh, tea. If there's one thing that can make reading here any better, it's a nice cup of tea. I agree. Tea makes everything better. Not to mention for yourself as well. He stands up and makes her way to the closet. I follow and watch you retrieve a small water pitcher from the shelf, the kind with a filter inside. Can you hold this for a second? Alright. Hands me the water pitcher and also fetches a yet your kettle. I'm going to plug this in at the teacher's desk and I'll go get some water. She walks past me, sat down the kettle on the teacher's desk. I simply watch her movements. To my surprise, the way she moves is really contrasts her speaking mannerisms, especially because her long legs really appears elegant and methodical. Okay, may I have the water pitcher? Thanks, I'll be right back. Do what you need to do. Would you like to come with? I don't see a reason I need to, but sure. Where are you two off to? Monica approaches us from the desk in front of the room. You're just gonna refill the water pitcher? She plans to make some tea. Ah, okay. Sorry, I was just a bit curious. That's kind of a one-person job, isn't it? Monica, please mind your own business for once. Or do you want... or do you want to tell me there's something wrong with helping involve Echo and club activities? I suppose there's nothing wrong with that. Then let's go, Echo. Once in a while, she suddenly puts a finger on her head against the wall. I spoke up thinking, how could I say something like that? You asserted yourself. Albeit, probably not in the correct way, but nonetheless you did. I'm so disappointed in myself. You probably hate me. Hearing, I lean against the wall and look towards the window. Hate is a very strong word. I don't believe it would be justifiable for me to hate you for telling someone off. You think so? I don't see any other reason why I would say it. Your mind remains apprehensive. Look, let's just refill the water pitcher. There's no reason to sit here and dwell on things that was actually nothing. That is something I absolutely despise doing. Okay. You continue the corridor until you reach a water fountain. Bends over to fill the water pitcher, hair flowing down with her torso. In my view, she doesn't look that bad. I can tell you it takes care of herself. But the way her face looks, it shows me she doesn't run. Her muscular both arms are rather low, so she must have a high metabolism. But that could just be due to restrictive of nature of these uniforms. Mine is loose but not too loose, and I have noticed that the same uniform my counterparts wear is tighter on the body. Almost finished, I could sorry to keep you waiting. This is hardly a wait. She chuckles. To To my right, coming around the corner, two male students. They both look at us. By us, I mean Yuri. Yuri's one of the taller people in school as she has to bend over to reach the water fountain. I look at both of them, making sure not to break contact with them. They did notice at first because they were looking at Yuri's position, but as they got closer, they noticed me staring at them. I move out of their way and let them pass, keeping my eyes focused. I guess they must have felt uneasy because they quickened their pace and awkwardly tried to get away from us. I crack a slight smirk. What's humouring you, Echo? Oh, nothing. Those boys who passed by were staring at you well. Rio as well. My! Oh my. So you found that funny? Ooh, you back with your money? Hey, nice. Not at all. I gave them my famous stare of glare and they moved right along very quickly. They weren't looking after that. You're not mocking me, are you? Nope. Were you? No, I was not rubbernecking. It was the way I was standing, right? Well, you weren't standing. You're basically perpendicular to the ground. If I didn't have some respect, I would have easily been able to see. Thank you. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Ready to head back? Yes, please. You must be in a good mood now. Is that so? I was letting it show. And you noticed. I was doing a bit of thinking, and I decided I'll try to express myself a little more. Turns out it's not very hard for me to do so, when it comes to someone I'm comfortable with. Is she referring to me? Echo, I have another request. Do you mind if we sit on the floor today? Why's that? It's a little bit easier on my back. I can read my back against the wall rather than bending over at my desk. It's a little odd, but I guess. I just have back pain fairly recently, so I do my best to manage it. That fact? It's most likely because my posture, right? Yeah, posture. Girl has larger things than the rest of the classmates, and it's common for them different between the posture of reading at her desk. Even though I didn't think you was detrimental, I'll still go along with it. Got the tea, good. We got the tea, that's amazing. Can't go wrong with tea. Always hunched over like that while reading? Yes, I have terrible reading posture. So that's why we should sit on the floor. Fair enough. I'll go ahead and get the book. I retrieve the book from my bag. You and I then sit against the wall, teacups at our side. As if in sync, we assume the same reading posture as last, each holding on to half the book. I can't see too well. Your sides close until our shoulders are touching. Get a little surprised at the sudden movement, but I don't worry too much. Fair. Very fair. yeah, because that could be, depending on your currency, that could be like nothing. Like that could be absolutely no money at all, or it could actually be you'd be rich. I get a little surprised at the movement, but I don't worry too much. If she was someone I was bunked with at my old school, they would have a broken nose by now. Meanwhile, Yuri hasn't noticed a single thing. She wears her intense reading expression like I can only presume the world around her has faded away. With that, we continue reading for a short while. It wasn't long before Monica called us to our desks. Okay, everyone. After some time passed, Monica calls us to the club room. Why don't we share our poems now? Before I knew everything's back to normal. And skip. He places a poem face on her desk and diligently waits. Hi, Echo. Yo, what you write about today? I wanted a little more in depth with this poem. I guess the muse took me last night. I felt the inspiration, I guess then. Yep. Oh no, my enemy. Okay. The raccoon happened in the dead of night while I was slicing bread for a guilty snack. My attention was caught by scuttering of a raccoon outside my window. That was, I believe, the first time I noticed my strange tendrils as an unordinary human. Mundane, I gave the raccoon a piece of bread, my subconscious all well aware of the consequences. well aware that a raccoon that is fed will always come back for more. The enticing beauty of my cutting knife was a symptom. The bread, my hungry curiosity. The raccoon and wise a wince. Do you know how many diseases they have? I would not do that. You get so sick. That's a lot of money. The moon's incense its incarnated face and reflects that much more light off my cutting knife. The very same light that glistens in the eyes of my raccoon friend. I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited. Or perhaps I merely projected my emotions onto the newly satisfied animal. The raccoon has taken a following to me. You could say that we've gotten quite used to each other. The raccoon become hungry more and more frequently, so my bread is always handy. Every time I brandish my cutting knife, the raccoon shows me his excitement. A rush of blood, classic radiant conditioning. I slice the bread and I feed myself again. So, the deal that weight and I. So is that so? So is the person? I'm trying to think the meaning of this poem. Obviously, it underlines her fascination with knives, which is a bit weird, and how they're almost enchanting to her. And I think the raccoon is a symbolism of herself, as the symbolism of herself, because I slice the bread fresh and soft. The raccoon becomes excited, probably referring to herself. And I really hope the bread isn't a metaphor for her arm. It could be. You could say I've gotten quite used to each other. So they're getting used to what she's doing. Becomes hungry more and more frequently because the urges are becoming more and more frequent. So my bread is always handy. Bread may... You know, the more I'm trying to think about this, the more and more... And every time I brandish my cutting knife, and also another for the cutting knife, not bread knife, cutting knife. And the raccoon shows me excitement. This is very much talking about herself. Well, I'll have to pick up on it though. Wow. It's marvelous. I didn't really think I could get impressed over a simple poem. You really did seem to go more in depth on this one. However, I can easily tell the symbolism nature behind it. And it makes me wonder about her a little. Man, I'm gonna lead you on, it's really good. Okay, so our character says he understands the symbolism, but he didn't say what the symbolism was. But I think it's quite clear there. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. Yuri's face lights up. I don't think I've seen her this happy before. Well, as long as I'm not doing any harm, I don't mind. It's a bit closer to my preferred writing style. Using the poem as a canvas to express vivid imaginarity and conveying emotions through them. I wanted to express the way it feels for me to indulge in my more unusual hobby. Yeah, it's one of those sort of things I'm usually forced to keep to myself. So sometimes I enjoy writing about them. Interesting. After all, if I hadn't learned to embrace my weirdness, I would probably hate myself. I might be ranting a little now, but I'm glad you're a good listener. There really aren't many people like you, Echo. No, there are not. And there is a reason for that. And I thought I would feel so comfortable sharing my writing. But now I almost feel like I look forward to it. It's just a really nice feeling. And you're to thank for that. No need to thank me, I'm just sitting here and spending my afternoons in the club with you lot. She smiles sincerely. For a moment her timidness seemed to disappear. You have an image, you can say, let me quickly have a little rule. Let me look at my privacy rule, my permissions here. Let me give a quick permissions. Post. Attach files. Yeah, embedded links, that's fair. It should be able, let me try that. I think I've updated it. Yeah, but it's just getting the rules. My rules on the server are still very much need updating because it's like very much out of my area of expertise. This is messages, yes, yes. There you go. It should be working now. Should be being a keyword. Okay, everyone, skip. All right, I guess I'll help you, Yuri. You look surprised and somewhat embarrassed at my decision. Well, I hope you enjoy working with her over the weekend. Yep. Oh my, I lost my voice for a minute. Girls had to pack their things. Apparently, I got my bag sling over my shoulder. Before I exit the room, I approached Yuri. Yo, Yuri. Hi. Go check it out. Let's have a yeah. Yeah, that's quite accurate. Yeah. Very accurate. So since I'm going to be helping you this weekend, what would you prefer? What would be your preferred method of communication? Well, I suppose if we exchange numbers, that would be best. If you're okay with that. Sure. I reach in my pocket, being sure to grab my personal phone rather than my work one. I keep the two separate for good reason. Pull out my phone and hold it to Yuri so she can document it. Great. Alright, I'm leaving now. As I turn away, she calls out my name. Oh, Echo? I stop and look back. What is it? Do you think we could meet up tomorrow? If you want to, of course. I'm going to be out doing something tomorrow, but Sunday I'll be free. Maybe we can meet up once I'm done with what I'm doing tomorrow? That is, if I have enough time. Oh, yeah, I guess that works. Alright, take care. Yuri smiles as I walk towards the door. And then we walk home with Yuri. So you're excited about helping Yuri? Why do you ask? Just curious. Don't worry about it, yeah, because it's the same as Natsuki route. That's when we meet Julia. Notice a single test in my notifications. Hi, it's Yuri. I hope I'm not bothering you. Are you still meeting up together and working tomorrow? She actually texted me? Well, good for her. To be honest, with her timid and hesitant nature, I didn't expect her to text first. I replied back to her. Yes, you can. Yes, where do you want to meet? Before I could put my phone down, it buzzes with a response. Maybe your place? Man, this girl works fast. Sure. I sent her the address, asked what time she would arrive. It's around noon fine? Yes. Fantastic. Look at my bedroom window and into the neighborhood. Sit down on one of my couches and begin to read. It said she'll be over at noon, as it's currently 10 till. I'm also curious to see how she'll react today. She's usually so hesitant and shy but that one day she was different. I'm not saying anything bad, but it just caught me by surprise. It wasn't long before I feel the presence of someone at my door. I stand up and head towards it. I open my door, she was standing out there looking as she's terrified of knocking. Yo. Hi. Just get to knock, eh? She doesn't respond. I know she's carrying a beige coloured cloth bag. I presume the stuff she has in mind is in the club in it. Well, that's bad English. It's just similar but a knife addition. Yeah, she very much, that hasn't worked. By the way, it hasn't worked at all for some reason. She knows she can't ring. I presume that stuff she has in mind for the clubs in it. Well, come in. You have such a lovely house, Echo. Remember, don't guess. Yeah, that's the plan. I guess. I point to the bag she's carrying. So, what's in the bag? I'm so glad you asked, Echo. I went out to the store yesterday and picked up some scented candles and some fragrant oils. Oh? Yep, would you like to try them out? I don't see why not. You've piqued my interest. Would you mind if we try this in your room? Not at all, but why? I want to see how effective they are in an enclosed space. Because by getting a feel of how potent they are in an area such as your room, I can measure how well they'd be throughout the entire club room. Not bad. Alright, cool, let's go. I show you to my room. She walks over towards my bed and asks me permission to sit on it. I pull up my desk and allow her to sit. So I managed to get a bunch of scented candles that are sure to make the club emanate an inviting scent. Right, you said some fragrant oils as well, right? Yep. Fragrance oils use aromatherapy. I use them quite frequently so I can trust their effectiveness. Ah, aromatherapy. Theory that inhaling specific compounds can take effect quicker than IV injection. I say fee because that's what it is. I have not seen or read any scientific documentation proving its effectiveness. They call it limited evidence. I've also heard from fragrance oils can be considered essential oils, which when applied to the skin can provide a slower, more mellowed effect. You actually believe that essential oils are effective? Of course. I've used them for years. I can always feel their effect on me. Interesting. Why do you not? Nope. I guess the most effective chemical compound that I have experienced firsthand is CS. Orthoxazine, what are these words? I have no idea what that is. Well, in layman's terms, it's called well, in layman's terms, it's called tear gas. You've experimented with that? At my old school. I've been exposed to other types of chemical gases, but I guess those aren't important. Like that one gas when you get mixing two cleaning chemicals together. Guys, I'm so tired of I'm gonna go to bed, so good night. Hey, yeah, no problem. Fair play. You've been doing a lot of moving. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good night. We are referring to the sulfur mustard, commonly known as mustard gas. It causes a blistering of the skin and excessive production of mucus, which can be detrimental to the respiratory tract. And with that, it can linger for days in normal weather conditions due to its potency and its correlation with almost any environment. And most of the time, you may not even know you're exposed to it due to its onion and garlic smell. I'm so sorry they had to deal with that. Don't be sorry for something you weren't the catalyst to. But after experiencing those super dangerous and damaging chemicals, I don't really see the effectiveness to essential oils. Maybe I can change your mind. You're welcome to try. He reaches in a bag and pulls out several candles and wooden blocks. Would you mind if I place one of these candles and essential oils here? Go ahead. Place a candle with a convenient wax catch onto my desk and lights it with a match. He opens one of the square boxes, which later emits a pleasant lavender smell. Lavender and lilac? Yep, how did you know? I knew a woman who once loved the two, so I'm kind of familiar with it. I just love how the two can create such an intricate and pleasant aroma. For me, it's like a story, but you're actually able to experience it. With any type of smell, you can enhance anything. Beams as she goes into a passionate explanation about her feelings towards the aroma. I guess this sort of thing suits her, which isn't bad. As I assume you plan to use these for the club tomorrow? Yep, and I kinda want to employ a few other things. Like, well, if you cover the windows with black construction paper and allow the candles to light the room. And with the essential oils in the air, we can help create an atmosphere that captures newcomers and get them intrigued. Ah, I see. Basically, you want to be using their own senses against them. Aha. Looks to be suddenly extremely embarrassed. She doesn't respond and looks apprehensive. I'm not disappointed or upset. In fact, that is a very strategic and innovative plan. If you can use the opponent's senses against them, you can easily get an edge over them. Even if your opponent is simple as someone who's checking out the club for information. You obviously put a lot of thought into this. You think so? She smiles into her timid demeanor. To be honest, I don't even think you need my help with this. You seem to have it all figured out by yourself. Well, yeah, I guess so. When I was at the store looking at these things, I got really carried away. I was really excited. Excited? Yeah. I was actually contributing to the club in a way that didn't expose me in front of many people. And I get to work with you personally. Huh. You suddenly seem so open about her nature. Could it's been affected the essential oils? I don't feel affected by it one bit, but her status clearly has loosened. Would you also like to see something I got for the club room? Sure. Reaches into a cloth bag and pulls out a wrapped package. On first glance I can see some stencils for fine calligraphy. Tries to open it with her fingers but doesn't seem to rip the packaging. I can open it for you? Nope, it's fine. He reaches into her bag and pulls out a pocket knife. In a matter of seconds I'm already familiar with the type of knife she has. It's an older style pocket knife that has a custom engraved handle. Ways that are meant to look like the ocean are etched into the handle. The blade itself is of pristine silver with a blade sharpened. But if you weren't trained at the eye, you wouldn't have noticed the blade has been sharpened. So you must be very good at it. Which makes me think, that's no ordinary pocket knife. Well, embarrassed she looks away. You're going to think it's weird. Well, you did kind of draw a knife in my bedroom without notice. I'm not scared at all, I'm just wondering about it. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. Can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and the feeling of danger, maybe? Ugh, what am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. I go insanely chuckling to myself. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just a little comical seeing you so nervous at times. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife, I can't deny that. For thank you. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it, making sure the handle's balanced on my middle under knuckle in my palm. I then flick the handle clockwise with my thumb, causing the knife to slide down my palm. I close my grip as the blade faces out and I begin to inspect it. Whoa! I do all this in a matter of seconds. I'm familiar with knives, so it's second nature. It's heavy and extremely solid. Yep, this was a well-forged blade. Curious about its true sharpness, place my index on the point of the blade. Immediately, a small red bead of blood starts to run down my finger. Echo, why did you have to do that? I was seeing how sharp it is. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. How do you know that? Oh no. It takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. Ah. She stares at her nosebleed fidgets. It's fine, Yuri. This is literally nothing. I will go get. Without warning, she places my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel a tinkle on my finger. Startled, I instantly pull my hand back. I stop and look at her in the eyes. Inevitably blindsided? Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. She lowers her head and her face is burning up. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. I think you're overreacting a little. Yeah? She doesn't lift her head. It definitely was a little weird. I won't lie. I didn't expect you to start shoving my fingers in places, let alone you. She doesn't respond. But honestly, it could have been worse. Much worse. I didn't expect you to suck my finger. It was bleeding. That is super dangerous and it can transmit disease. But she did it so eagerly as in a frenzy. She must like the taste of blood. Or she's extremely frisky. Or both. I flex my finger and the bleeding stops. Ooh. You know, you are difficult. What do you want me to stuck in your finger to make things even? I run my hand through my hair. That's, you're so weird, Echo. Last giggles silently. Well, at least that worked. The smell of oils and candles in here definitely kept things from getting heavy. I turn to his knife to his handles while she opens the package and explains the purpose behind them. I was thinking we could have little sheets of these paper and ribbons and use them to decorate the doorway in the club room. We can write different phrases or characters on each of the slips of paper and hang them up in this ribbon. What type of paper is this? I take one and feel it between my fingers. It is origami paper. Ah, so that's why it feels odd. It's made of different fiber than normal paper, but it's to help it hold its form after it's been folded, right? Yep. I go, can you measure the lengths of ribbon and cut them for me? Sure. You and I work in tandem to complete our task. I measured the desired length of the ribbons and cut them to a specification. You punch little holes into origami paper and tie ribbons to them. I finish my workload rather quickly and become thirsty. Yo, I'm gonna get something to drink. Want something? I appreciate you asking, but I'm okay, thank you. Suit yourself. Yuri? Yes? I come to you quickly, unrolling her sleeves and pulling it back with her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so... Ah, okay. Your favorite... I don't know if I know that. Did it make a reference to your favorite anime? Ah, fair enough. Can't say I recognize the name. of the characters. But is it? No, is it? No. I talk to some. Oh, Charadu Kayu. Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, yeah, Dignity. Yeah, now that I've reread the names, yeah, it's the Fragrant Flower Blossoms of Dignity. Yeah, and to be honest, that's a good favorite. It is really good. There's nothing wrong, so all right. I get a weird sense from her. Something has caused her blood pressure to rise and her face to flush. I begin to raise some mental flags. Let's see how these look. She passes each of the papers and ribbons across the floor. She seems to be observing them with great intelligent interest. Oh, so good. I think I'm up to date in all the episodes so far, so I'm looking forward to the next one. Actually, no, it should be out. We'll have to check later. Or have I missed? No, it should have been out by now. She seems to be observing them with great intelligent interest, but she makes eye contact with me and her rather confident demeanour crashes. Ah, I'm sorry if this feels too childish. It's fine, it's better than sitting around doing nothing. Plus, it isn't all that bad, it's kind of fun. Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. In fact, I like it when I can spend time with another person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes things a little nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Yeah, I can agree with that. I don't like doing crazy things. I think this is a much nicer way to spend time. Well, I like gaming. It's just nice, chill. I also like gardening. Gardening's cool. I also like going for walks. I'm very chilled, very laid back. I don't like to take some things too seriously. It's just not very fun that way. The one thing, I will eradicate all cabbage caterpillars in existence because I keep eating all my plants and it's really annoying. Okay, I'm thinking we're going to tea break. I'm going to quickly go make a cup of tea. Okay, what am I missing in the game? Nothing too... About the same. It's about the same as the base game, except a few tweaks and our character's more self-aware. Our character's more aware of stuff, but other than that, it's the same as the base game so far. Apart from changing the dialogues. You also make a cup of tea? Good choice. Hey, yeah, B. see what's going on. Very bad. Okay, I'm back. Well, I need to my light glass again. Oh, I need you. That's what my shoe is about. Okay, now I'm back again. Done. I'm supposed to be done. JK, I'm a little bit done. Done. Oh my goodness, you were quick. Granted, I was speaking to my grandparents because they wouldn't just speak. It's fine because there's a nice thing. Okay, cool. Where were we? A matter of fact, even if you and I were quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Well, it looks like as if we're finished here. Indeed, thank you, Echo. Yuri smiles warmly at me. Don't mention it. I want to alert us to the current time. Had it prepared. Fair enough. Been very quick. We've been working together for 4 hours already? Man. Already? I really hope I didn't take up any unnecessary time for you. You didn't. I had nothing else planned today. She starts to gather her things. Once you get it all packed, need any help getting it home? No, I got it. I stand up and walk out my room. I just got Yuri out my room. I just got Yuri out my room when she has everything. Thank you for the fun time today, Echo. But what, I didn't mean it like that. You fumbled over your words way too much. It gets annoying, man. Yuri looks really clearly flustered. Puts my hand on her shoulder and stare into her eyes. Stop. Fumbling like a JV football athletic. Yuri smiles shyly. It was funny. It was funny. I'll see you tomorrow at the club, okay? Okay, bye, Echo. I don't think she found it too funny. You depart and I sit down on my couches. Woo! What an afternoon. Yuri is super weird. Aromatherapy, knives. Seriously an odd combination for a girl of her nature. I will need to prepare for the unexpected with her. Yeah, you don't know the half of it, dude. Oh, 9. This is the day of the festival. And I'm gonna skip all this because I really can't be bothered to read it again. Yo. Hi. So I went out to hand the flyers to the club. So we should be getting prepared soon. Knowing her, she managed to get a lot of people. You think so? Yuri nods. We should probably get those letters on the ribbon strung up. Right, can you start doing that whilst I set the candles and essential oils? Sure. As Yuri walks towards her desk, she tosses me the bag that contains the letter and cards is written on origami paper. We attach each strands of black ribbon to each of them so we can hang them up around the doorway of the club. It's a pretty clever idea. And one by one, I begin to hang them up. Whilst doing so, I peer over at Yuri every few minutes. She moves gracefully with a smile that is rare to see on her face. She's really enjoying this club. I can tell she really wants to see it grow and prosper. I can admire that. Before I know it, I have already completed my objective before Yuri can even finish hers. You've already done? You're really fast. That was great. Now all that's left to do is wait for people to come in. Did you want to read to me while we wait? You don't have to, of course. Sure. That feels nice. I'll go get ready. Go for it. She turns to her desk, grabs a book, and goes to a little reading position at the wall. I grab mine and sit down next to her. And reading with Yuri for a good amount of time, Monica enters the club room and tells us to get ready. And we're going to skip through all this. Yuri has stood up from her desk and helped greet the guest. I stand up and join her. Thank you for coming to visit us. Oh, hello, Echo. Having fun? Oof, to be honest with you, I'm terrified. Don't look like it. I'm actually having a fun time, so I guess that helps. Well, I'm right alongside you here. That really helps. I mean, Return the focus onto the guests. Oh, I'm so glad you came. Here's squeal of joy. Yeah, that guy. The guy that we beat up and we threatened. Yuri says she doesn't plan to stay around for the festival and is going home. Apparently reading her poem out loud before everyone was exhausting. Everyone hates the festival. Yeah, but this festival is actually kind of good. She said that if she was feeling better, she would have opted to read with me. But it's alright. Oh, that's it? Okay, now it's the sports field. The football game. Well, we will win this one. I mean, Echo has to show off his new girlfriend to his new girlfriend anyway. What do you mean by that? You two have been spending an awful lot of time on each other since the festival. It's pretty obvious. But that doesn't mean anything. That's adorable. Do you have feelings for Echo? That's so cute. I don't even know if he has feelings for me. Just no reason why you should tell him. And he fidgets and looks off to the side. Echo, that was awesome. Go, I'm gonna get those assists like easy. Yeah, exactly. It's got that Yuri girl in it. You mean that weird one with purple hair? Yeah, she was so quiet, and I heard she brought a knife to school the other day. They aren't bad girls. I actually enjoy the company. Oh, got a little ham going on there, Echo. Look up for my food. Not at all. I have enough respect for them to not consider such indecent things. Even said Yuri girl's a freak. Like, what type of girl brings a knife to school and reads those freaky books? That's enough. Slam my hands on the table, causing it to shake violently. I wonder, does this mod have the same developers within? I have no idea. The other guys look at me shocked. None of you have any right to say that. I get what guys have jokes around a bit, but you do not know any of these girls or what they've been through. So you have no right to treat them with such disrespect. Alright, no need to go King Kong in this, Echo. Sorry for the outburst as well. One of the choir will speak up. Not like I can blame you. I mean, we're all in a lot of the same classes. I see that the girl with you quite a lot. It's only natural to be defensive for her. I guess so. Continue speaking like nothing ever happened. Front door the restaurant opens and walks in Yuri. Yuri? Oh, hello, Echo. What are you doing here? She looks around desperately, then fixed her eyes on me. I was looking for you. Me? I want to congratulate you on your victory. You were really great up there today. I mean, not that I was staring or anything. You're always so shy on me. Times it's annoying. I do appreciate your congratulations. I also appreciate having you out there to cheer us on. Well, it was the least I could do. You've always been there for me since you joined the club. It's almost like Echo's a captain. Yeah, he could be, but he doesn't want to be. Because we're in the better club, the literature club. I wanted to repay you. Nah, that sounded weird. I'm sorry. Yuri, respectively, shut up. You're working yourself up over nothing. I enjoyed that you came. You smiled and relaxed a little. Okay, I won't bother you that much right now. Alright, I'll text you in a bit. Yuri smiles as she walks away. You and I have been spending a lot more time together since the festival. We then pretty much finished our book and we have been more open with our fixation on knives. I've shown a couple of tricks with them and she's shown me some of hers as well. I return to the table, ignore the other guy's hungry glares and continue eating. And as I reached the neighborhood, I noticed... Oh, this is new. As I reached my neighborhood, I noticed Sori and Yuri walking towards me. What do you two want? Hi, Echo. So, Yuri wanted to ask you something. Ooh, you're the captain. Okay, fair play. If you are the captain, you are the captain. And I guess that adds into the lore of you being sucked into the game. Including myself. And I don't know how I feel about that. So, Yuri wanted to ask you something. About me? Sorry, you said you were going to be the one to... Nope, this is all you, Yuri. Yuri looks back and forth between me and Sori, desperately hoping one of us can take her out of the situation. Unfortunately for her, I don't intend to save her. We were wondering if you wanted to, since the girls at the club are having a sleepover, if you wanted to come and hang out with us for a bit. The fact is, if you want to, of course. Looking at you suffering over asking a simple question, I rubbed the back of my neck. Well, you see, that could be problematic. Girls' sleepovers don't ever include a boy. Oh, come on, Echo. We trust you, plus all of us would really enjoy it if you came. I know Yuri would especially. Yuri anxiously fidgets. I'm not going to turn down an opportunity like this, to be completely honest. Ugh, when is it? Tonight. Alright, where's it at? Monica's. Alright, I'll have a few things to do before I head over. How about I meet you two there later? Yes, of course. Yuri lights up. Alright then. Alex, Monica. Text me Monica's address and I'll stop by in a bit. Both girls nod. When I get home, I'll read the rest of my newspaper to relax. After the finish, I decide to lay down on my bed and rest. So a sleepover with the girls from the club, eh? Sounds interesting. Set an alarm on my phone and close my eyes. Maybe just have a nap. As my alarm blares, I get up from my bed and get dressed. My nap was super needed, to be honest. After the entire day, I was drained. I checked my phone to see if Story or you texted me the address. And sure enough, they did. Since we don't really play sports, you're just going to be a plank guy, but still awesome. Okay, I don't play much sports, but I have played sports in my past. I have played football before. Although my friend got really annoyed at me because I kept tripping him. After I did football, I kept tripping him up a lot. Last time I played football with my mate, he got kind of annoyed at that. I tripped him up a lot. You know, my feet coordination is not great. And sure enough, they did. I'm gonna take a shower, get something to eat before I head over. Monica's house. As I approach Monica's house, I make sure to make mental notes of the area. Up nearby bushes, trees, fences, and other landmarks are of conspicuous nature. I've taken a few steps around the perimeter of her house and knock on the front door. Oh, Echo, you're here. That I am. Come in. Immediately upon reaching Monica's living room, I'm greeted with a very clean and organised atmosphere. Each of the girls look at me one by one, their eyes lighting up. I look at each of the three girls. Yo, they seem to be all sitting and watching TV. A few blankets are covering the floor for cushioning. Yuri sneaks a glance towards me. I guess you'll also be on the team just on the bench. Yeah, that's probably right. I'm just a last. I'd be a last resort. I walk over and sit down next to her. Hi, Echo. I'm glad to see you here. I was waiting for you. I mean, I was hoping that you'd come. Yuri starts to stutter and fumble with her words as she always does. I told you I wouldn't, right? I guess you did. So, what you girls up to? Nothing right now. But we were talking about putting on a movie. What type? Yuri smirks and looks off to the side nonchalantly. I can always help in your footwork. And that would always be handy. Aye, scary one. Ah, I see. I think it'd be entertaining to watch. You like movies, Echo? Actually, I was referring to how you were going to react to it. Oh, well, I guess it will be entertaining. I don't really get scared by movies like that. But Sorori and Natsuki, they essentially freak out, eh? Yep. Yuri crosses her legs and turns towards me. Do you ever get scared by movies? Not really, unless there's a really cliche jump scare. Normally they don't. Curious about what the others are doing, I look at Sorori and Natsuki. They're doing each other's makeup. And Monica is on her phone, patiently waiting for us to pick a movie. So, what are you guys going to put on? I don't know, I was thinking maybe Monica could decide. Monica nods more towards the shelf along with a long library of movies and start looking through it. I don't like scary movies. But as long as I'm with all of you, I won't be that scared. Okay, I got a good one. Monica walks towards her DVD player and inserts a movie. The TV walks next to the front door and flicks the light switch. Sorori and Natsuki settle down on the couch underneath a large blanket. Monica lies lengthwise on the couch. Yuri and I sit on the floor, a blanket under us, making it more comfortable. The movie starts, on paying much attention. Yuri is completely concentrated on it. The story of the movie is pretty cheerful at first. A group of friends at the beach having a fun time. But it turns dark really quickly when one of the girls separates from the group and gets forced into a van. My goodness, that girl is getting kidnapped. And remember, those are good. She isn't even fighting back. That's what I would do. Sometimes Natsuki cooperating with your captors is better than the alternative fighting. He shuffles slightly and looks at me. Ooh, What's wrong, Yuri? Nothing. Don't tell me you're scared. A little. I think you were chuckling, but I suppressed her. Instead of wrapping an arm around her in an attempt to comfort her. It feels extremely odd doing it, but I should try something. If I didn't, then would I really be dense? You're putting your hammer on me? No, I'm trying to pickpocket you. Of course I'm putting my hammer around you. You fight back? Yeah, I think anyone would try to. Well, not everyone, but I think that's a sensible thing to do. Your faces begin to blush as her smile grows. As the movie continues, she scoots closer and closer to me until our legs are touching. Oh, look at you two so close together. First, you frantically scoots away from me. Thanks, Natsuki. You've ruined a potentially great moment. Sorry, Echo. I don't think there's anything to particularly apologize for. I flashed Natsuki a fierce grimace. Oh, look, even Echo is flustered. This is a first. See, not even I'm good with intimate moments. But you clearly need to be educated on when not to comment on something. Oh, come on, it's pretty cute, you know. You both look pretty nervous. Natsuki, I don't care or mind that Yuri was close to me. In fact, I don't think I ever mind what she said. Well then, how about it, Yuri? Oh, why would I do that? It's not like I want. His face is beyond beaded with sweat and embarrassment. I'm not going to ask you to do so, so don't worry. Thank you. You're sweet. Scoots closer to me, and I continue to watch the movie as if nothing ever happened. Okay, I'm going to use the bathroom. Knock yourself out. She stands up and moves quickly to the bathroom, taking the handbag with her. It's been 10 minutes and Yuri has not come back from the bathroom. What's taking that woman so long? I'm going to see if she's okay. As I approach the bathroom, I hear strange noises coming from it. I stop several feet short from the bathroom. It sounds as if Yuri is sucking air through her teeth. There's some sounds like she's setting something metallic down. Next thing I hear is the faucet turned on. That burns. The door isn't fully closed. I can see her hunching over the sink with the crack. Gently open the door. I don't like the way I gently open the door. Echo? Yuri's left arm is grievously slashed in several locations. Yuri? What are you doing in here? Yeah, you just have a point. We did just barge in. Don't ask me that question. Your arm is bleeding quite a lot. I reach for her arm and she recoils and tries to hide it. It's nothing serious. Nothing serious? You're stupid if you believe this is nothing serious. Stop hiding your arm and let me see it. Reluctantly, she complies. Man, Yuri, why do you do this? Face red, she turns away. Obviously, she's embarrassed. I didn't want anyone to know about this. I can't blame you for trying to hide it. But something like this is unbelievably dangerous, Yuri. I know. You're going to think I'm weird. I don't care about whether you're weird or not. Well, I do care about why you're hurting yourself to such a severe degree. Here, have some pork. Ooh, what type of popcorn? What beating on the bush? Tell me. No. I enjoyed the pain. It's rare that anyone has ever wanted to spend time with me or be close to me. Ever since I was younger, I've been hiding aspects of myself from everyone. My friends never understood why I liked the things I did. Neither did my parents. Eventually, I became estranged from the people I cared about, and they threw me away. She turns her head away from me, tears in her eye. I'd wanted to be accepted by the people I admired, but to them, I was a freak. And one day, when I was walking from school, I found a pocket knife on the ground. I picked it up, took out the blade, and I was captivated by it for many reasons. The balance of danger and beauty. Star Cream Popcorn Special Recipe. I don't know about that. It is a good... Last time I had a special love sauce, which was me-side, I started hallucinating. Yuri's blood drips into the sink. Yuri, do you have anything to stop the bleeding? Yeah, in my tan bag on the floor. Someone happened to hold her arm carefully over the sink and reached down to retrieve her bag. Inside of it, a blank plastic container filled with medical supplies. Listen, I'm going to try to close these cuts up nice and tight, okay? Well, thank you, Echo. Don't thank me yet. I haven't done anything. You don't need to do this for me. Oh, shut up. These wounds are extremely serious. I would be negligible if I refused to do anything. I look up into her eyes while grabbing more supplies. I can understand only feeling excitement or pleasure from something like this. You do? Correct, but not to the degree of using a knife for myself. But that's another story for another time. Okay. I think I'll pass on the popcorn. Right now, Yuri, you are my concern. Feels good to hear this. That's a little strange. You aren't sweating, blushing, or tripping over your words. It's the pain. I feel good. You being so nice to me, spending time with me, the pain and the blood. It makes me feel like I am normal. There are other ways of feeling like this without the risk of offering yourself. After wiping the cups of sterilizing, I begin to wrap it up. But you must understand that you can't do this anymore. But I don't have anything to lose by doing it. You're ruining your body. And you have a good one too. You should embrace that fact. But me? A good body? You shouldn't say such things. These things can cause scars, Yuri. Granted, this isn't an all-out stab wound, but they're very close. You act like you have personal experience of this. I do. Huh? I released her arm for a moment and pulled down the collar of my shirt to expose an area right above my right breast. But that's a really big scar. It isn't that big, it could have been much worse. How'd you get it? If you don't mind me asking. My father. Your father did that to you? Mm-hmm. I told you I hated him. He was an evil man, I despised him to my very core. This guy right here is what can happen to your body if you're hurt badly enough. I'd hate to see you hurt that way anyway. Alright, and done. Your arm is all patched up. She rolls her sleeves down to cover the bandages. Thank you so much, Echo. You're a true friend. He stands to warble and sits down on the cover of the toilet. I feel dizzy. But that's to be expected. You lost a lot of blood while you're looking a little pale too. But you'll be okay. She tries to stand up but doesn't find the strength to. Ugh, if you can't stand then get my back, I'll carry you back to the living room. He hesitates the proposal but sighs and surrenders. I kneel down and allow her to wrap her arms around my shoulders. You ready? Mm-hmm. Take a moment to prepare myself and stand up. It isn't as heavy as expected. Echo, Yuri? Is everything alright? Yeah, you just fell in the bathroom and feeling a little dizzy. So I thought I'd carry her back out here. You're silent, her breath slowly whispering against my neck. That's kind of adorable. You're such a good friend, Echo. I got scars from my knees from all the training. Ooh, that's unpleasant. The only major scar I have is on my forehead from running into a metal bar. Running into a metal bar is a very bad idea, and I got a scar to prove it. You're such a good friend, Echo. Is she going to be okay? Of course. Mona gets up off the couch she is sitting on and allows me to lay Yuri down. So she fell? Mm-hmm. It's a good thing I checked on her when I did. Yeah, I never did. I agree. Running into a metal bar, you should never attempt it. If I was a bit later, she could have been seriously hurt. Flashmore has several glances off to the side indicating how to speak with her privately. She takes the hint and follow me. Once away from Natsuki showing Yuri, I turn to Monica and look her dead in the eyes. Yuri is extremely dizzy, so give her some rest for a bit. This fall, I assume it was bad? I lost some mental and some physical. Yeah, and some of the mental ones can be just as bad as physical ones, or worse, really. So you caught on, eh? I've known you for a long time. I have had prior knowledge of her being so clumsy, but I was under the impression that she stopped. Evidently not. I think it's because of how close you two got earlier. You think so? Without a doubt. I'm not saying it's a bad thing that you two are close, but she tends to get really excited. It can overindulge her, causing her to fall. The sensation she feels is stimulating. I've talked with her about this, and she told me she would try to stop. How long has it been going on for? A while, and unfortunately. You promise me one thing, Monica? Sure, what is it? I can't guarantee they'll be around forever, but I would like if you kept your watch over Yuri. I promise. Thank you, Monica. Of course. All of a sudden, Monica's front door's knocked on. Oh, I'll get that. Monica stands up and goes to answer the door. A minute later, she walks up to me. Someone is here for you. What? For me? As I approach the front door, I see a familiar brunette woman awaiting me. Julia, what are you doing here? I thought I'd stop by and see if you're being responsible. Right. Monica walks up to the door. Julia looks at me and devilishly grins. This won't be good. Oh, hi. Are you one of Echo's little friends? Yeah. Echo, aren't you going to introduce me? Julia, this is Monica. Monica, this is Julia. Julia bends over at the waist and looks Monica in the eyes. Are you the little heartthrob that's caused the interest in my Echo? Monica looks at me puzzled. Julia, would you not right now? What? I'm just wanting to see what you've been up to. You're playing me. Cut this trash. I look to Monica. I'm the girl responsible for him. Hey, Monica, can you make sure Yuri doesn't wake back up? Sure. Walked over to the house and I closed the door behind me. Alright, what is it? I need you tonight. Why? It's a code 9. Code 9? That's not my job expertise. You have people who are qualified for that. Don't tell me something I already know. But we've already expended those teams. And no results. So I'm forced to resort to you. I assume I have no say in this. No, I'll give you 2 minutes to say goodbye and I'll be in the car. Yeah, code 9. I don't know what a code 9 means. Code 3 is that a agent has to be brought in. A code 3 is either arrested or taking alive or dead, I believe. A code 9, I don't know. It's the second time you have done this. This happened in stories as well. Julia walks away towards a flashy sports car. I walk back and say inside and say my goodbyes. 10th for the 3rd. Okay, we don't know where we are. So this might cover what we're on about. As the car speeds down the road, I take a mental note of the surroundings. Go a little bit away from the city. Julia explained that I had something to do in a small town outside of the city. At least that's what it says in the paper. We're almost there. Alright. Keeping my eyes closed, I go over the situation that was told to me over and over. I'm not normally called for situations like this. The fact I was shows me admin's getting a little worried about something. Better remain on my toes. Although, yeah, we never find we really don't get much information and stuff like that when it happens. Waking up was difficult as ever. That's kept me up really late. Yeah, we've seen this. You irritated me before I even woke up. She basically thanked me for helping her last night and she will text me later. But some free time before I decided to work on some homework. I retrieved my laptop and spread out the work across a nearby coffee table. I'll work and I think back to what happened last night between Yuri and I. It's good that I found out about this. I can't fully understand why she cuts herself because normally I would use something like this for depression. But what she explains was that she gets overwhelmed by emotion and nervousness. I asked her to refrain from doing that any further, but I don't expect her to hold true to that. You can't ask someone to stop doing it. I'll need to find a way to help Yuri that is more than just talking to her. Even being close to her at times causes her to fluster. She's a timid and predictable girl, so I can't necessarily charge right into this head on. Gonna get some chips. Ooh, nice. Yep. So I'll have to beat her. Around the bush. Ugh, I hate doing that. But if it's for Yuri's sake, I can deal with it. I force all other thoughts out of my mind and continue on my homework. After finishing my homework, I walk outside and meet Julia. How long were you going to keep me waiting? Until I finished what I was doing? You could have at least invited me inside. No. Because I know as soon as you get inside my house, it's going to be a pain to get you out of it. Don't make it easy for me to look at your secrets, then. If I was going to play that game, his eyes widen. No. Don't tell me don't you start to think about that. Get into the passenger seat of a car, look out the window and lean back. Good work last night, by the way. I don't offer a response. It'd be nice to her. So I have to tag along you today because you failed to do all your paperwork from last night. Don't make it sound so bad. We both know I was busy. I was busy. Whatever, I wanted to apologize again for you ending your little fun streak early. What? I recall correctly you were at the girl's house last night with her friends who were sleeping over. got along with jar of dirt. Hey, is there a heart in the jar of dirt by any chance? Who is sleeping over? And don't get anyone pregnant, Echo. Don't make stupid assumptions. So what is it about this Cherry girl, huh? You and her are pretty close, aren't you? Where on earth do you get this assumption? I have my ways. You have a way around everything. Next thing I know, you'll probably know the clothes I'm going to be wearing tomorrow. You're going to let me pick out your outfits now? Oh, how cute. Dear man, no. You still haven't answered my question, Mr. Smartmouth. You and I aren't anything special. She peers at me from her driver's side window and smiles. I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of good, guess what's inside it? Yeah, that's my favourite scene of all the Pirates of the Caribbean. I got a jar of dirt, I got a jar of dirt. Oh, it's such a good scene. You're adorable when you lie. Oh, no. Don't accidentally do that. That's a bad. I'm glad it asked me and doesn't disclose. I mean, just saying, however, if you take it with this girl, make sure to take the right precautions, you know what I mean, right? Of course I do. Although, yeah, well, I did check. There's nothing inside, just a jar of dirt is still cool. I'm aware of the limitations that come with my job. She smirks and shifts the car to drive, turning her attention to the road. Buckle up, we got work to do. Nope, I think it's the same day, but in the kitchen. The sizzling of steak emanates through the kitchen, making an extremely satisfying sound. I don't like steak. I woke up an appetite earlier. I'll bet I didn't do anything physically active. I was just standing and calling for Judo as she did the paperwork. I still managed to get hungry. My phone vibrates as I flip the steak. It's a text from Yuri. Hey, I am here. Alright, cool, the door's open, just walk in. After a few moments, nothing. I walk over to my door and open it. Yuri's waiting and announced. I told you to come in. Why are you still waiting? But right. You reluctantly accept my invitation. Close the door behind her and return to the kitchen, resuming my meal preparation. I pressed on the steak to test its tenderness. Yuri sits down at the kitchen table and placed her bag on the floor. The same bag she brought over last time. So, you're cooking steak? Not that I was staring or anything. Yeah, I am. I pointed at the plate on the counter next to me. Which one is mine? The one I'm currently cooking is yours. You're making me food too? You didn't need to do that. I had extra, so I assumed why not? Is this technically it? I assume it is actually. Technically, yeah, probably. She turns away, her face flush. How would you like your meat? Medium rare. Almost blurted out like, oh, for a little bloody, eh? But for obvious reasons I stopped myself. Same as me. Yuri tries to reach into her bag a few times, but whenever I look, she recoils. What are you hiding in your bag, Yuri? Nothing. I just brought something I think that might be nice. What is it? Her head suddenly reaches in her bag and pulls out a labelled bottle of expensive looking wine. How could she just casually got some wine in her bag? I guess we're gonna be, yeah. Hope this is okay. Eyes meet mine with a hint of desperation. Yeah, that's fine. Really? You're actually okay with it? It caught me off guard at first, but at least I wasn't anything too bad like a gun or knife. You're more accepting than most. Eh? There was one time I brought this ball to the literature. I thought it made a great compliment for reading our books. Yet not in the ground. You can get a lot of trouble for that. But the other girls weren't so okay with it. I mean, I can understand why. Yeah, you think? I reached into one of my cupboards and pull out 2 glasses and slide them over to her. Take all of it. Yeah, that's probably not a good idea. After you pour yourself a glass, pour me some too. Okay. Your lights up and emits a suddenly cheerful and joyous demeanor. I know for a fact if Julia comes by tonight and she finds I have been inebriated slightly, I'm gonna have my butt kicked. But I couldn't care less. She's off getting drunk tonight herself. Plus, it would make a nice pair of our meal. Probably. Yeah. Where's the fun in drinking it all? Getting, well, it depends, because it depends on you, because some people can drink more than others. If you drink lots of alcohol, you get drunk and you can't remember anything. What's the point of drinking it? Because I've had a little bit of alcohol. I like it because it tastes nice. But I don't see the point of drinking so much you forget about it, because then, well, what's the point? If you don't remember it, I don't see the point in it. It's just a nice treat you have once in a while. But of course, remember, you need to save some for your date. That is true, yes. Plus, it would make a nice pair of our meal. Yeah, it'd also be humorous to see what Yuri kind of drunk too. I finished cooking and plating both our meals and sit down next to Yuri. Yuri has already begun to sip away her glass of wine while she quietly reads. Here you are. Thank you. Yuri and I begin to eat, sparking at some small talk here and there. The wine Yuri bought was, as I thought, rather expensive red wine from over 2 decades ago. My goodness. Also, you can put red wine in some cooking and it looks very nice. I haven't personally had much wine in my life, but I was told that it will hit you hard and abruptly. The taste is bitter and earthy. Think of grape juice, but instead of sweet, it has a really mellow tartness that covers the entirety of your mouth. When you swallow it, it leaves a warm sensation that is amplified when you exhale. But as soon as it hits your stomach, you feel the burn. Ugh. Echo? Sorry, I don't drink wine pretty much ever. This is my second time having it. Oh, do you not like the flavour? If you can call that flavour. But it's fine, I can see the class in it. Alright then. Yuri smiles at my silent struggles. You act like you drink wine regularly. Not at all. This is actually my first time drinking it. But what? How are you not cringing at this stuff? I probably have a tongue for wine, as they call it. Tongue for wine? I don't think that's an actual saying. It is now. I guess I suppose that she's not wrong. His Paikinatsu sends a wave of pride throughout me. He's always timid and reclusive girl, rarely do I ever see her act otherwise. Well, you know people can take that wrong, right? Let them make their own mistakes. Man, I like the attitude. Do I have an attitude? Not anymore. But I was referring to how you reached a point where you didn't care about what others thought. That is a good thing, I guess. I finished my food, turned to face her. How are your arms? I really wish we could forget about that. I have a tongue for chocolate milk then. I can't stand milk. Milk is horrible. There's nothing, I can't stand milk. I have tea every day, but I can't stand milk. Ugh. Your anxiety has aspiration. We can't really up and forget what happened. We can try. You may be so easy to give up on yourself, Yuri, but I do not give up on myself. If I were you, I would do everything in my damn power to change and help myself. But you're so dominant and confident. I don't have that. Well, let's try something. Like what? So I read that a good skill to help you minimize your overall desire to is to use a pen. A pen? Yes, but instead of, you know, cutting, you draw on yourself. That way you can get your emotions out in a healthier manner than cutting, and open and dealing with the pain. You get overwhelmed by emotions you can't speak at times. I guess. I can see her face begin to go red, undoubtedly due to the wine. It's hard to say I'm not feeling it either. It makes me feel all fuzzy, warm and open. But for now, how about we catch up on reading that book? I know it's been a few days since we read together and we finally have the time. I think that's a great idea, Echo. Stand up, walk into the room, plopping down on one of the couches. You're going to read over there? I assume we both were. Reading at table just make your posture cause problems, right? Oh yeah, my posture. He grabs her badge and joins me on the couch. I already have my copy of the book ready. Yuri looks through her bag. Oh no. What is it? I think I forgot my book at home. So, you can read off mine. You okay with that? Yes, for goodness sake. I said several times. Scoot closer to her and hold the book in between us. You and I silently perform our usual reading ritual. After a while, I find it extremely hard to focus on reading. The fuzziness from the wine grows in strength exponentially. Yuri has a hard time maintaining focus as well. I decided to close the book after inserting a little mark to help us remember the page. As I placed the book down on the couch next to my lap, Yuri turns to me as if she has something to confess. I could call it the reading ritual, yeah. Echo, there's something that the girls have been pushing me to say to you, and it's something I have wanted to say as well. But I was too hesitant to... What is it? Ooh, Yuri turns away and struggles to face me. Listen, I'm not going to sit here all night and wait for you to say something that's most likely not that big of a deal. It's not that easy to say. Lay my head back and look at the ceiling. Yuri takes a deep breath and sits up straight. Oh, Echo? I have feelings for you. And I was wondering if I could be your boyfriend or something? Yes. I take a second to allow myself to take this in. Those 3 words, yeah. To be completely honest, I didn't even expect this from Yuri. I expected her to say something much different. Well, I might as well respond to this now. Yuri? Yeah? I am so taken aback by you asking me directly. I never assumed you would say it to me. But since you were so honest and blunt, I should be as well. Okay? Sit up and face her and stare directly into her eyes. Oh, Wheaton, I am not the boyfriend type. I mean, I don't even know how to be one. I'm not really a caring person. Oh, I see. Reese sinks into her seat and in the couch almost as if she's on the verge of crying. The sight itself hits me harder than anticipated. I struggle to find words to comfort her. Listen, I wasn't necessarily denying your feelings, but I don't know how or even what my answer would be. I have never been in this spot before. It's okay. I knew it was going to turn out this way. What? You're such a confident, intense, intriguing, and attractive guy. It was almost overpowering me to even remain in your presence for a while. I knew this was doomed from the start. Doomed? Dream? Yeah, I just said I wasn't denying or rejecting your feelings. I just don't know what to do. I've always been told to do what my entire life. Decisions I make myself are never petitioned to my social or personal status. Those are always made for me. So, to be given the privilege of such big commitment like you're bestowed upon me it's a little difficult to get through. A single tear grazed down her cheek. We should see how things work out for us, okay? Alright. She puts on a fake smile. The distress that her lavender eyes reflect makes me angry at myself. She gave me the heart and I didn't even know how to return it. I think this could have gone much worse. I scoot closer, wrapping an arm around her and giving her a slight hug. I'm feeling a little tired. The wine's getting to you, isn't it? A little. She starts to sway back and forth. Rose starts to stand up but loses her balance shortly after. Ooh. The air comes crashing down on top of me, forcing the both of us to the ground. Yeah. The back of my head burns from the impact against my wooden floor. She tries to lift herself off me, but for some reason she can't. We kind of stay in each other's faces inches apart. Oh. Echo, are you okay? I'm fine. I don't know why, I got really dizzy and it's fine. At least you're alright. Thanks to you, I am. Yeah, I'm everyone's personal savior. Your elbow's digging into my stomach, would you mind? Oh, so sorry. He repositions your arm a little but remains on top of me. Normally I would have thrown her off me, but something about this feels right. Maybe it's the fact I'd rather drink. She begins to lower her face to mine. Something was about to happen. I reach up and place a finger on her forehead, stopping her advance. Is everything okay? Don't give me that junk, you just tried to kiss me. Man, I thought that would work. Wait, was I actually right? Okay, listen. Us kissing right now is not an appropriate time. We both are drunk and I have many different classes regarding in sexual harassment and consent and all that stuff. You aren't even flustered at the fact you tried to tongue pinch me. I guess. You have the time and place for everything. But right now, your knee is literally digging into her crotch. Please, for goodness sake, remove it. He removes her knee from my nether regions and sits up on top of me. I slide out from underneath her and help her back onto the couch. Yuri leans back on the couch and closes her eyes. We should probably get you home. How? That is a good question. I can't necessarily let her sleep over for several reasons. Alright, I got it. I walk next to you and lower my body down. Get on my back. Uh-huh. And instead I get on my back. Now, our character's been sensible. I will carry you home. He reluctantly complies and climbs on my back and sloppily. I lift her up and realize she's a lot lighter than I expected. Via climbing my back, I walk into the kitchen, grab the tan bag, and sling it over my shoulder. Begin to breathe softly against my neck. At least tell me where your house is before you fall asleep. That would be a problem. 12 o'clock. I collapse onto my bed. The alcohol is still furiously circling through my system. The room spins around me as I stare at the ceiling. I successfully managed to deliver her home. We reached the doorstep and she was capable of carrying herself inside. I'm so glad to be in my bed. It's now a little past midnight and I'm exhausted. I'll take a second further and allow my body to shut down for the night. That's interesting. No, we turned her down. That's very interesting. So, no, I don't think so. This is the so are we getting bullied thing. I wonder what story you will come up with. Understanding her right inside and through a thought process, it'll be a complex but fulfilling one. But nonetheless, we might as well go. Yeah, we've seen all this before. I'll skip through it because we've seen this multiple times. Slinging my bag over my shoulder, Yui glances at me from his desk. Oh, Echo? So sorry, didn't mean to stare. It's fine. He has acted hesitant and apprehensive around me ever since she confessed her feelings. I can't say I blame her either. I feel like twinge sympathy for her, but I dismissed it. I'm gonna head out now, you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. I'd prefer if you didn't lie straight to my face. He lets out a cute little giggle. It's about time you show me some lively signs. I don't know, maybe. Are you doing anything later? Well, I have a job of a few things downtown. After that, nothing. You think it'd be okay if I came over and read with you again? I think that last night wasn't very proper. I agree. How about this later tonight? Just head over to my house. Reach my pocket and pull out a silver key. A key? It's my house key. I won't be home for a while, so head over, and if I'm not home, feel free to let yourself in. Are you sure that's okay? I wouldn't be holding out my key to you if it wasn't. Consider yourself extremely lucky. You reluctantly accepts the key into her hands. Okay. I will head around 7, is that okay? That's fine, I should be home around 30 minutes after. I can wait for a short time. Alright, I'll see you when I get home. The streets. What are we doing, I wonder? This is new. Well, there's no mission. Oh, we see her point of view this time. Oh, this kind of makes me again, I don't think that's the best time, really. I don't think that's really a good idea. That seems like a bad idea. Also, we see her point of view, which is a little concerning. Happily happened to myself as I travel to Echo's house. I feel so much better today. Echo's idea to draw my arms out of cutting really helps. It makes me feel good. I haven't had anyone really care so much about me before. But he is a spectacular guy. I wish I didn't confess my feelings to him so bluntly. Well, at least he didn't reject me. I'm sure he hopes he becomes my boyfriend. Oh, I'm here already. The walk didn't seem that far. I guess I was too absorbed in thought. I'm a little apprehensive about going into his house alone, but he trusts me, so I guess it's okay. Just hope he doesn't mind if I sit down on his couch and wait for him. Coming happily unlock the door and enter. Oh, his dark is really dark. Would it be okay if I turn on the light so you could see me? Yeah, it really would be okay. I'm sure he would be okay with that. I reach my hand around the corner, I reach for lights, I hear something behind me. Well, I was waiting for Echo, but I guess you can do. Huh? Oh no, she got got. She got gotted. Oh no, she's been gotted. Someone's got her. Okay, who are we more worried for? Question. Are we more worried about Yuri or the guy that jumped her? Because I feel like she's the kind of person who would probably turn around and make him regret it. Especially considering the guy What? The guy, because we know he's gonna... yeah, whether that's be from our own character, or either that's because of from our character, or Yuri, I don't know. As I make my way home, I noticed none of my lights are on inside. That's odd. I'm sure you would be here by now. Curiously, I get to my door and test the knob. It's unlocked. But I'm going in myself, lolly. When I enter, I immediately sense something's off. Reaching for my light switch, I step in and something slick. I look down and see a puddle of red liquid. Oh no. Hesitating cautiously, I reach down and press my index finger and middle finger into the puddle. I raise them to my face and examine it. It's blood. Oh no. Yuri? Millions of scenarios race from my head as I stare into the puddle of blood on the floor, each one more numerous and violent than the last. That's a bad yeah. What on earth happened here? Did she do this to herself? No, that's not possible for this amount of blood, and it wouldn't make sense anyway. Someone must have harmed her, and the amount of blood in this room, it happened right here. Who would break into my house? Why would they attack Yuri instead of me? Did they know she was going to be here, or was it just a coincidence? Man, I don't even know. I don't have time to ask the questions. Another thought pops in my head. It's entirely possible the person who did that is still here, and Yuri too. I need to quickly search the house just to be sure. I walk into the living room, which is faintly illuminated through the window facing the street. There is no apparent signs of a struggle. After a brief throughout the room, I return to the hallway and head to the kitchen. I start breathing reduced the noise level as I stride over to the kitchen. My starting room was enter, searching for anything cooked among my cabinets or any knives missing from a block. There are no apparent signs of foul play. Descending the stairs slowly and quietly, I keep my guard up for shadows and movements at the top. After reaching the top, quickly glancing, I approach my bedroom door. As leaning in, I press my ear against the door to listen for any movements. And if I can hear the constant throbbing in my own heart, slowly turn to the doorknob. I am entirely prepared to fight for my life and Yuri's. The door softly creaks open as I press, it springs open and nothing. Oh, thank goodness. Whenever I say open my door softly, the anxiety that shoots up every time from the Doki Doki game, whenever we go into our bedroom and it's dark, it just fills me full of concern. Nothing seems out of place in my bedroom, no sign of a struggle, no ransacked areas. Turning on the flashlight on my GPS, I creep over to the doorway of my bathroom, making sure to remain as silent as possible. I press myself into the wall just outside. I just need to be sure. Quickly leaning out the open doorway and shining a light all the areas of the room where someone could possibly be hidden. No blood, no signs of life. Me as well, because I got PTSD from Strawberry, Yeah, I know. That scene was horrible. No blood, no signs of life. My shower curtain's closed. What if the guy is behind it? I slowly move up my shower and prepare to pull the curtain away. Yeah? Oh, I feel something slam against my head and right shoulder immediately after I swipe the curtains away from the wall. My left hand clenches the curtains, completely rips it from the curtain, flinging it across the bathroom. My hand lashes my right into a fist which strikes the shower wall and produces a low thud. I can't see what hit me, but I'll be damned if I let it hit me again. Step back to create a distance from my attacker and analyze the situation. That was when I realized my attacker was a shampoo bottle. I can just imagine that. We just got spooked by a shampoo bottle and must have knocked it from the hanging rack beneath the shower head as I ripped the curtains away. For goodness sake, there's no one here. Feeling frustrated while up inside me like a boiled over pot, I returned downstairs to my living room. Where's Yuri? The blood on the floor is dark. That means it's been there for a little bit. It would be a brighter shade of red if it was flesh. Yes, attempt to assassinate what? It lost all its warmth too. At the corner of my eyes, I know a slip of paper lying neatly on top of my sofa. Immediately as I approach it, I notice a few drops of blood and sweat covering it. My heart sinks as I pick up the paper and read. Dear Echo, well, by now you've probably already noticed that your precious Yuri has gone missing. You've been a pain in my butt for a very long time. I'm gonna be a pain in your butt. Why don't we play a little game? I want to have some fun with you and Yuri. I want you to follow my movements. You will do everything as I ask of you, and you will do it right. If you value Yuri's safety, go to your friend's house, Rory. Go to your friend Rory's house and check her mailbox. I have something for you. The voice is getting me. My theories and assumptions are now debunked. The vision of Yuri's blood slumped over, the body slumped over, bloody and lifeless, leaves my mind. But a new one takes hold and overcomes me. I study the handwriting very carefully in a desperate attempt to conceal a familiar type of writing style. It looks like Yuri's, but it isn't hers. Man, whoever this is, for toying with me by playing a game. I keep my mind off what could happen to Yuri if this fails, but the dark forces force themselves in anyway. I fold the page up and hide it in a nearby bookshelf. I go around and check Sawyer's mailbox. Worried about Sawyer's safety, I quickly approach her house. But up in her room, I can see her moving about. So she's safe. Good. When I get to her mailbox, I open it. A white flip phone and a piece of paper sit inside. Who on earth is this? I don't have a clue. Dear Echo, good to see you're following directions. You're good at that, aren't you? And oh, you're probably wondering, no, I haven't harmed you. I haven't harmed your other girlfriends. I don't intend to. Besides, you'll do that eventually, eh? You always do, Echo. Next, I want you to take the cell phone with this note and call the following number tonight at midnight. You don't want to be early or late. I inspect the cell phone in my hands for any sign of remote signal. It's not uncommon for cell phones to be used as miniature bombs. When I'm sure of no ironic, suspicious attributes about the phone, I place it inside my pocket. Checking my watch, it reveals it's a little before 8 o'clock. 4 hours, and I have to call this number. Might as well look around for anything I can find useful until then. Looking around the exterior of my house, I see absolutely nothing out of the ordinary, which sends a wave of concern over me. I'm usually very observant when it comes to things out of the ordinary around my house. I'm trained to be observant, but so far I don't see anything attention-catching. Walking completely around my house, I feel something different as I step. What is that? I crouch down to the ground and gently run my finger across the dirt. A footprint. Thank goodness. Grabbing my cell phone, I turn on the flash and try to get a good picture of the print. It looks like a shoe size around the same as mine. I shift my position and place my foot next to the print to compare. There are an important difference in size, nearly the same, but the tread is different than mine. So that confirms this is not a print. Shining the flashlight along the ground around me, I notice several more prints. Surveying them carefully and quietly, they lead me to important information. Man. I shut off my phone's flashlight and stand back up. It's almost time for me to call that number. I've taken care of the blood in my portion of the proper measures that I was trained to take care of. I've grabbed a sample just in case. The frustration inside me has definitely escalated into a much more different emotion. I wouldn't say anxiety, but around that area. I'm worried for Yuri. Who and what happened to her? I should have just walked Yuri here. I shouldn't have had it come alone. I know this. I gripped it inside my counter and hard enough to make nickel turn white. I haven't told the others about this yet. I don't know how I could or would. Man, what I got myself into. Alright, it's time. Take out the cell phone and dial the number that was written on the note. Hello? Yuri? Yuri, it's Echo. Echo? No. What's wrong? I don't... Yuri cries with the telephone, fairly shutting down his sentence. Yuri, are you okay? I need to know. Go on, tell him. Another voice is heard over the speaker. I don't want you to get involved. Yuri? Echo, they want me to tell you to reveal who you really are to them. I don't know what that means, but they forced me to say it. I lower my voice to near whisper. Yuri, where are you? Give me some kind of hint. Ha ha ha. Yuri isn't allowed to tell you that information. You need to find that out on your own. Go on, Yuri, tell him the rest. What? Yuri's voice is completely monotone, like she's been forced to read from a note. Through her sobs, I can feel the intense fear she's experiencing. Okay, no problem. But please help me. Fast enough. Look. I heard a loud crash over the phone. Yuri goes silent. Yuri? Alright, Echo. I think you have spoken enough. I swear, I'm going to rip you open when I find you. Let's not dream of things that can never be. You're not really that stupid. And you are certainly not going to endanger Yuri by doing such a thing, are you? For once, you're not the one in control here. I want you to reveal who you are to us, Echo. You already seem to know who I am. Why do you need more? You're a mysterious guy. I have an interest in who you are. I have an interest in what you are. And how do you suppose I do this? You'll think of a way. Goodbye, Echo. Wait. The call ends. Feeling myself become too angry, I begin to calm myself down. I need to go about this carefully. Yuri's life is at stake. I can't afford to mess up. He said I wanted to know who I really was. I certainly hope it isn't regarding my job. Then, not only is Yuri's life at stake, but so is mine. They must be doing this to get her to get at me. All of a sudden my stomach drops as I feel remorse pump through my veins. Yuri, they are doing this to you because of me. I'm so sorry. I honestly have no idea what I'm going to get her out of this. How am I able to tell these people who I am? At least that I'm going to harm the others. And reverting back to my hostage recovery training, they won't harm Yuri too much if they truly want something out of me. I could call Julia, but I know exactly what she would say. I'm sorry, but this is too high of a risk for you to reveal that information. You just have to deal with the consequences and forget about Yuri. Even imagine those words would annoy me. I really hope it doesn't come to this, but I guess it did. But she should tell him anyway. Classroom? This is... Oh, but I know it's going to be difficult for you, Echo, but I know you can do it. Why on earth am I doing this in the first place? Well, I need to learn to socialize with others like a normal person. So man up and get it over with. Ugh. Even the weirdos here aren't anything in comparison to you. I understand what you went through with your father, but please try to overcome these emotions and socialize normally. You're not a child anymore, and you know I'm not going to treat you like one forever. Sitting down face to face, eye to eye, you're becoming stronger every day. Please for me, try to put those emotions behind you. Won't make any promises, but I can try to do it for you, Ashley. Smells wraps armor on me to stop. For a moment, she releases me from her hug and stands back up. Alright, I think you're doing good now, sir. Okay, so now we're doing this, whatever this is referring to, I'm not sure. Alright then, is this sappy love stuff over? Indeed. One of my class instructors walks in the room and places furiously gaze onto me as she waves and walks out of the room. Alright kid, get up and outside, we're doing some incentive training. Yes sir. Placing my hands on my desk, I slowly stand up. Faster. Yes sir. Speeding up my motions, I stand up quickly and walk out the room. But that sky is very pretty right now. Every minute or so I take a glance up in the vast ocean of the deep and dark blues that blankets the land. Come on, get your butt moving. If I can move faster than you, you're doing it wrong. Yes sir. Desperately trying to keep my breath, I continue running down the track. My instructor is gaining more and more distance in front of me. I want to go home. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this anymore. My lungs burn, my legs cry for me to stop, my will weakening. I stop, drop to my knees and gasp for air. I've been running for almost an hour. I can't do this. Leaning forward, I throw my hands to the ground to support me. Tears filling my eyes, I look to the ground and sadly cry. Are you seriously giving up on me right now? Get your butt up and get over here. Get your butt over here. I swear I'm going to shove my foot up your... Oh, yikes. You're useless, you know that. Never once have I ever liked you. You're gonna die here, you worthless... Not gonna say that. Shut up. Grip my skull, I swing myself back and forth violently. You... How could you do that to me? I hate you. Should I die? You dead? Instructor? Give me the top of my lungs, force my eyelids close as hard as I can. See a figure stand in front of me. He's taunting me. He's mocking me. He's proving that I am nothing. I slam my fist into the ground violently. When I open my eyes, I realize where I am. I'm not at home. My father isn't here. My instructor stands in front of me, completely shocked. Looking down at the ground, I notice a small splatter of blood. My hand is bleeding. Must have been when I slammed my fist into the asphalt. I'm not going to let you turn me into a worthless scumbag like you. If I have to run tonight to get away from this, I will. Then back up, I face my instructor. Sir, I apologize. I'm ready to begin running again. Without allowing him to respond, I force myself to start jogging again. When I pass him, his face turns from shock to satisfaction. We've finally broken you. And that they did. They were able to rebuild me. After graduation, I went with Ashley and Julia on a little trip, where I was tested even further and much more straining extremes. That is where I emerged a different person. Someone much stronger than normal. Someone who will take no hesitation when something needs to be done. Someone who isn't afraid of death. Someone who can handle almost anything that gets in his way. Yuri. I'm going to fix this, Yuri. I promise. Although we should still tell Julia about what happened. 6 AM bedroom. The alarm clock comes to life. I smashed it off by 10 seconds later. It's almost 6. I didn't sleep at all last night. How could I? I was too busy searching through documentation in the call of Julia. He did tell her, yeah. Finished scrounging with any information I possibly could use. But we came up with nothing. Eventually she decided it was time to call it a night and went to bed. I stayed up. I got exhausted, so I came up to my room and laid down, but I couldn't fall asleep. My mind refused to let me sleep at a time like this. What if she isn't sleeping? What kind of torture are they putting her through? It kept me up, it kept me motivated, it kept me focused. I'm dreading going to school. I don't want to be around the other people right now, especially the club. How am I going to break this to them? Oh hey, sorry, Yuri was kidnapped because of me, and they're using her as ransom for me. Yeah, that'll go well. Man. I forced myself off my bed. I glanced around the room. All she wanted to do was read a book with me. This is almost too much. So I'd lie down for a while longer and actually rest. This feels nice. My body is finally relaxed. I know I have to rest a little bit or my mind won't be able to focus on the situation. The door has been rapidly knocked on, which takes me on my short rest. Until I look at my watch, which reads 20 past 7. What on earth? How that much time passing? Whatever. I get dressed and quickly search my uniform. Answer the door. Oh, there you are. I was getting worried about you. It's really late and you're going to be tardy. Why are you here? I was waiting for you. Wait, is everything okay, Echo? Keep your questions to yourself. Let's go already. I'm back. What about? We did some talky talk. We went to flashback about our training. Then we stayed up overnight looking for information with Julia, but we found nothing. Well, sorry, and I hastened to school. My yawning became more and more frequent. Echo, did you get any sleep at all last night? Nope. Not even a wink. What? That's bad for you. I know it is, sorry. I just had something on my mind. It kind of kept me up. Was it a nightmare? In essence, yes. I rubbed the back of my neck as we walked in the street. Yeah, it is. But at least it's over now. You're awake and you're coming to school with me. I wish, sorry. I wish. Sorry, so innocent and harmless. Happy smile gives me comfort, but I know that when I tell her about Yuri, it'll be replaced with sadness and fear. I don't want to do that. The very thought of facing the girls with this news makes me sick to my stomach. I'm a cousin delivering bad news. Some sadistic part of me actually enjoys it. But it's much different in the circumstance. The people that give me bad news usually deserve it. But these girls, they don't deserve it. I had no right to come into their lives and bring such chaos. Throughout the school day, we keep reflecting on my relationship with Yuri. I know we weren't dating, but I still grew very close to her. She made me feel comfortable when I was with her. She and I shared a lot of the same anxiety. She dealt with her problems on the inside and ended up hurting herself on the outside to deal with it. Everything she said to me this night of sleepover hit me personally. I can relate with it. She and I are closer than we both really thought. Still haven't fully overcome my own internal battles, and I don't expect to conclude them anytime soon. But the least I can do until then is end this battle, and then help you resolve her battles. Oh. Excuse me, just had a sneezing fit. I suddenly tried myself to recall the times I gave Yuri a sour tone when she was hesitant and shy. She didn't know how to properly present herself to someone like me. She didn't deserve that. As the other students in my last period began to exit, I feel my muscles grow tight and cramped. I yawn and grab my bag and start to leave. Reaching the outside of the literature club, I stop for a moment and compose myself. All of a sudden, I feel someone push me from behind. Who's the... You're in the way! Oh, it's you, Yonaski. Hi. Why aren't you in the club room yet? Oh, I was thinking about something. Must be something pretty intense, since you looked completely out of it. As you could say that. Is everything alright? Nightmare has come true for me. I don't know what you mean. Let's go inside the club room. I need to tell all of you something anyway. Alright. Natsuki and I walk into the club room. Monica and Soy are already waiting for us. Oh, you're here? That I am. Listen carefully, I need to tell you something. So, but yesterday I had a doctor's appointment. That's not a problem at all, Natsuki. We really missed you. We didn't do much other than tell stories while you were gone. Stories? Yeah, we didn't have to read poems or anything about you, so we just made short stories and told them until it was time to go. I'm glad I missed it then. Yes, it will be tough. Girls? Yay, almost everyone is here. I hope Yuri gets here soon. About that. Yeah, normally she's one of the first people here. Ahem! Like, you kept getting overspoken. That I will... Fair enough, that's kind of annoying. Girls, I need to talk to you all. What about Echo? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri then? She isn't coming. What? Yuri never misses a literature club. I need to tell you something. Please sit down. Each of the girls sit down and look at me puzzled. I begin to tell them about Yuri and their faces go in shock. No. No. Oh my, Yuri. Yuri? Each of their reactions hit me harder than I anticipated. Okay. I feel like a train has been hit me 3 different times. After explaining everything I know to them, I sit myself down and lean forward towards the floor. I avoid the dejected, tear-filled eyes and look down at the floor. So they're trying to blackmail you doing what they want? Or they will... Well, now we're just talking about it. I don't think it's showing anything. Yes? I know that you and I never really looked like great friends, but she was one of my closest. I can't handle this right now. Natsuki gets up from the chair and runs out to the club room. Natsuki, wait! So everyone's after her, leaving only Monica and I in the room. I look up to Monica, who's trying her damnedest to keep composed. Okay, Tam's like, yeah. I'm so sorry, Monica. Nope, don't apologize. It's not like you knew this was going to happen anyway. But you did say she was not dead, right? Correct, I was forced to call a number and it was her. And I presume this is when they wanted you to tell them who you really are? Correct. Mel walks over to the door, the club room closes it. She grabs a chair and sets it down next to me and promptly sits. What do you mean by that? There's the reason I'm with you all here today, Monica. 1 second. I'm getting a phone call. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. That was awkward timing, but I was getting my sandwich ordered. Okay. I've done a lot in my short life so far. A lot of it was due to my guardian, Ashley. She rescued my father when I was younger. Because of what I dealt with and experienced when I was with my father, I became jaded. I hated everyone, I didn't talk at all, I only prayed for death. She was persistent though, she helped me become someone I was actually okay with being. The problem is I deal with the internal struggles I faced were erased when she was around. She was like my mother, though I never called her that. When I was old and stable enough, she enrolled me into a special school funded by her job. It taught me a lot about myself, and it taught me a lot about the real world. Remember, you mentioned how much you dislike your father. But I'm glad you're able to get out of that circumstance, and I hope your internal problems have resolved. Lean back in my chair and sigh softly. Unfortunately, no. I can't run away from what I've done. I can't get away from who I am. I came here because I wanted to try to live a normal life. I wanted to get away from all of it and start anew. Become a normal person for once in my life. But it seems I can't even do that. Wrapped her arm around me and embraced me softly. What are you going to do about these people? If it's one thing I was told by Ashley and my instructors, is that I always need to have a plan. So you have one? Sort of, yes. But I don't really need you to get involved. So I'm afraid I cannot tell you about it. For your own safety, Monica. I understand. Ooh, what's our plan? I want to know. Ooh. What's this? This is probably Yuri's point of view? Or is this a flashback? I wonder. That room envelops me like an infinite blanket of nothingness. My head really hurts. Yeah, this is Yuri. I don't know. I want to find the plan. All I remember is I went to Echo's house. There was someone waiting inside. Oh no. I hope I'm not hurt too badly. I'll slowly begin to tap my head with my hand. It's just an ache now. I don't feel anything serious there. Oh, that's right. They strapped me to a chair and forced me to read something to Echo. He's only really worried about me. I feel so awful. My heart starts to sting as I feel a tear develop. Parts around me feel the floor's cold and hard. I think it's cement. Where am I? Can't see anything either. Hello? Is anyone there? No response. Ugh. Struggling to stand up, I reach out to my hand, touches something. Yeah. And realizing I touched the wall sooner than I expected, I calmed down. Tracing my fingers along the wall, I find a door, at least something I can find my way out of here. I have to get out of here and find Echo. I don't want these people to blackmail him. What if he gets in trouble because of it? What if he gets hurt because of it? No. I can't fit like this right now. I have to prove that I'm strong enough to get out of here. I continue my creep along the wall until I reach another. Then I follow that one slowly. Wait, where's this? We small divot in the wall. Searching up and down, I feel a doorknob. Yes! Please let this be unlocked. I turn the knob, but it doesn't catch. Yes! Open the door, I finally enter a room with some light from the outside shining in. I practically run over to the windowsill and stand on boxes stacked underneath it. To my despair, I can't see out of it. It's completely frosted over. Only the light from what seems to be the moon is shining in, illuminating ever so slightly. Oh no. Oh dear. Okay. Calm down, Yuri. Trying to keep myself calm, I look around the room. There looks to be a water heater, a ladder, some buckets, boxes, and a thermostat. None of them look useful at all. But then again, why would there be anything useful to me down here? I just got assaulted and kidnapped. I'm sure they checked this before shoving me here. And judging by the materials of the walls, the corridors down here, this is the basement. But a basement where? Oof, I feel very dizzy. I should sit down. Sitting down on one of the boxes and the wind sat low on my face and my hands. I need to take a few moments and relax. I need to remain calm. But it's so hard to. Wait, what's that noise? I can hear something from above. Where am I hearing it from? Stand up and search the room until I reach one of the dark corners. There's noise coming from a pipe that leads up through the ceiling. It sounds like someone is talking, but I can't quite reach the pipe to hear. That gives me an idea. I grab one of the boxes under the windowsill, drag it over the corner and stand on it. Perfect, now I can rest my ear closer to the pipe. Exactly, so some guy goes into a room and some crazy girl starts waving a knife around. What? Tactical escape, yeah. Right, so he ends up getting cut a few times before the girl just drops dead. Randomly, she just kneels over. Dude, you need to stop watching those channels. They're making you into some weirdo. Bugger off, I'm perfectly normal. Anyway, man, what are we supposed to do with that girl today? Not sure, I guess the guys are waiting for the kid's move. You really think he's going to take the bait? What other choice do you have? You have him over a barrel. And soon I'll have the girl over one too, Oh, come on, man, don't do that to the girl. She already has enough on her plate as is. Don't get soft on me, but you have her on her knees. Not literally yet. Ugh, that's disgusting. Whatever, man, I'm not taking part in that junk. I have morals, you know? Morals? Look at what we're doing. You still think you have morals? Yep. Ugh, fine. I'll wait until the kid makes his move. When is that? No idea. So you're just gonna sit here and watch some TV? You got a problem with that? Nah, not really. I'll get a few beers. I want a nail, not a lager this time, you uncultured. Hey! They're the same thing. My goodness. They're keeping me here. And beating Echo in. I have to find a way out quickly. If Echo gets hurt trying to save me, I might lose it. I don't think I could take it. I started to shake from fear slightly as I looked around the room once more. How exactly am I going to get out of here? I have an idea popping in my head. I climb up the boxes and press against the window. I learned the difference between my plastic glasses and regular glass from my books. By pressing this on this plastic glass hard enough, it should bend. Press my index against it, it doesn't budge, and the glass quickly fogs up around my finger. It's regular glass. If I break it, I could cut myself real badly, and I have no idea where I am. I could be a miles from a hospital. Plus, it wouldn't be good for me if they caught me breaking out. Despair and a slight undertone of hatred begins to develop in my stomach. I just want to go home. I don't even know if I'd be welcome back to the literature club. Always felt if I'd burden on everyone. I just want to be accepted. Natsuki, Monica, Sorori, they became my friends. But even after my father told me I wasn't normal, I always felt like my friends were never really my friends. When Echo joined, he began to help me feel differently. He said he related to me in a lot of the same ways I feel. It made me feel comfortable. But the others, I don't know if they understand. Monica sat down and taught me about how I could cut myself. I told her if I would try my best to stop it. I couldn't hold true to that. When Echo started attending the club, I felt all my old resolve melt away. Almost if I felt I was the girl who was experiencing her first crush all over again. When he was near, I couldn't look at him directly. Whenever he spoke, I felt giddy. Whenever he looked at me, I felt butterflies in my stomach. He was probably one of the only guys that treat me like a normal person. Monica and the others knew about my habits, would always that I watched what they say around me, and they were overly sensitive for me, not that I really asked them to be. They treated me like I was different, and I wanted to be treated normally. Like he only treated me as if he would others. I really appreciate that. Ugh, guess I had to wait for something to happen so I can try and get out of here. Find a corner of the room and sit down on the floor. I should at least try to get some rest as well. Leaning my head against the cold, hard, grainy wall, I closed my eyes. Okay, this is still her point of view, I presume? It's been 3 days since I've been thrown down here. Still alive, amazingly. Barely have anything to eat, and the strange men make regular trips down here to scare me. Sometimes they hit me, sometimes they do try to do more, but thank goodness I'm still alive. It could be much worse, that's for sure. It isn't super cold at night, so sleeping on the floor isn't too bad. My sweater, which is still intact, it surprisingly helps a lot. Last night I took it off to use the cushion for my head. The difference was amazing. Sitting down on the boxes again, I begin to wait for my plan to start. Correct. Her voice is coming from the pipe or in the room again. As I always do, I walk over to the box underneath it and stand on it. When the shipment's done, we can go ahead and sell it. All of it? Yes. What about the kid? Go. He's still playing a little game. For real, I thought you would just break already. Now this kid is a fighter. He's following each of my little notes and requests, so he must really be adamant about getting his girl back. It's kind of noble if you ask me. It's stupid. It's what we want. Once we get the information from him, what we need, I can do what I want. Fill me in again, what exactly you plan to do after all this? Don't worry about it. Yeah, you and your little secret. Just keep me paid for watching over the girl and I won't ask any questions. Keep doing your job and you can expect a payroll. That's what I like to hear. So how is the girl? She's fine. Keep her fed and alive. Yeah, the second guy doesn't Guy B actually sounds like quite a decent human. Well, as decent as you can be for kidnapping. He has moral. Yes, probably not the best person, but he's not a horrible person. If she dies, hello King Dylan, how are you doing? If she dies, an echo is no use for us. Are you really worried about this guy that much? There was a reason I was paid to get information about him. I mean, he's just a high school kid, right? Nope. Something about him tells me he is more than just an ignorant kid. He has a lot of interesting attributes about him. And how do you know about all this? Yeah, I've been watching him, how else? Oh, I see. Well, I got some ringing occurs and I think it's one of their cell phones. Oh right, this is amazing timing. Yes? It's done. Over what seemed to be a speakerphone of your Echo's voice. Already? Well, that's what I call you. Maybe to find out what we did to your precious lavender beauty today? Get the junk. I'm ready. You what? I said I am ready. I'll tell you all you need to know. Echo, don't do that. Echo, no, don't do that. Oh, we're ready? Let's start talking. You could just... Really check what Doki Doki stream's doing. But hey, happy birthday. We are currently doing Doki Doki Boots of the Literature Club, where our guy, the main character, is like a secret agent, and we're currently doing Yuri's route. Yuri's been kidnapped, so we're trying to save her. Right then, start talking. No, I will tell you in person. You don't make the shots here. Tell me over the phone. The phone lines are monitored, you idiot. Even if I wanted to tell you now, I can't realistically do that. We'll have a meet in person. I'm not stupid. I'm not going to try anything. You specifically told me not to do that, or else Yuri dies, am I right? But in return, I want to see Yuri when I meet up with you. Prove it to me she isn't dead or hurt too bad. You still think you call the shots? I've done everything you asked me for. Since I'm going to be giving you what you want, you can give me what I want. You know what? I'll think about it. The man's voice fades away. I can tell he's walking out the room. So Echo's going to tell these guys what they want to know. I hope they don't hurt him. I'd really like to see him again. I hope they take me with them. I can only imagine what hell they'll put Echo through. I know he isn't doing it all for me. But well, if he can be strong for me, then I can be strong for him. It's only the least I can do. But for now, I have to wait. It's been a few hours and everything has gone quiet upstairs. I think everyone's gone for a while. That was my chance. I kneeled down in front of the basement door and into a small metal key that one of the guys dropped. He must have fallen out of his leather jacket as he beat me yesterday. I've been searching for a safe opportunity so I can get out of this basement and maybe escape. Open the door and walk into the blue hallway. Trying to stay as quiet and as calm as possible, I look around for anyone or anything that I need to stay away from. This place looks huge. Why was I in such a small basement? Well, there are stairs, might as well take them to see where they lead. There are more than 2 floors. What kind of place is this? Peek inside one of the corners, it's completely empty. I don't hear anything, no machines, no ventilation, no people. It's a very eerie sound that reminds me of one of the books I've read. It's silent, I can hear my own heartbeat. Finally moving upstairs, the first floor I stop halfway up. Do I hear someone? Standing and holding my breath for what seems like an eternity, I dismiss it and continue up the stairs. Is this school or office of some sort? The walls on my left is bordered with many small lockers, and several doors on my right. Quickly moving to one of the windows, I look out into the afternoon. I have no idea where I am. The building from outside doesn't look familiar at all, and the area around it is completely foreign to me. If I can find a way out here without being caught, I can go find help. The more wanders several snarls, I hear a door open down the hall. Probably dive into one of the walls, blocking the view. Oh no, someone's coming. I can run a brink of tears and anxiety and notice a small metal desk I can hide next to. Get under it, hold my breath and desperately try to remain calm. Yeah, the footsteps get closer and closer. They get closer until they're in front of the desk. No. Then he stops directly next to me. Oh my. Tears filling my eyes, I continue to hold my breath. My lungs are screaming to ache. Can't make noise, I can't. This person is right next to me, any noise would alert them. Please go away. My lungs are now burning at this point. Heavy sigh of the person turns around and walks away. I continue to hold my breath until the footsteps fade to nothing. On the brink of passing out, I finally uncover my nose and mouth and allow myself to inhale. Whew. That was close. If I'm going to get out of here, I should be more careful. But after that, I should probably get back to the basement and hide the key. If they try to check on me and I'm not there, it would spell out something very bad for me. When I reach up on the stairs, again I have an idea. What if a phone is something I could use to call Echo? I may not know where I am, but that's seen enough to describe my location, maybe he can find me. Smoke on my lips, I feel a twinge of excitement and relief wash over. It didn't take long, once time for a look at the basement door and find it wide open. Oh no. Did I leave it open when I left, or did I close it? I can't remember. Oh man, I hope none of them has checked it while I was gone. I returned to the basement and closed it behind me, making sure to lock it from the inside. The knob is very weak. The doorknob is weird, I haven't seen one before. It doesn't have a normal twist or push lock. It is a key that's lost on both sides. Hiding the key in I look around the basement and realize I'm alone. Practically feeling my knees buckle underneath me in exhaustion, I return to my corner of the basement and relax. That was way too much for me to experience all at once. I made sure to look around for anything I could use as a weapon if I needed to, but I was too panicked to really focus. If I had the opportunity tomorrow, I'll get something to defend myself with. It's getting harder and harder to deal with my emotions though. Everything's just too intense. And I'm going to regret this, but I can't go on without it. Retrieve the key, holding it between my left and the head. Yeah, it's really a place to sharp teeth against my wrist. Sorry Echo, you made me promise I won't do it anymore, but this is something I can't follow through with right now. Yeah, okay. Small, because of the self underneath the key. Second through there. But isn't helping the pain or anxiety? Normally the pain, the stinging helps me calm down. Why is it not helping? Well done on my vision next. Not the same relief I had before. Doesn't make any anxiety go away. Why isn't this helping? This is a nightmare. I need to go. No. No. This isn't right. You know, kid. Anyway, you promised him you wouldn't. He's going to die anyway, like you. Just keep holding on to your hope. You're better than this. Probably hates you anyway for putting him through this. Cares about you. This is why he's fighting for you. Your anxiety is me. I lower my head and sob quietly. What would you say if you were here, Echo? You idiot! Don't tell me. Did I not tell you what to do? Don't say if I feel the need. I'm not giving up on you. And don't give up on yourself either. Now I'll bind you up again. So without my support, I look around. Oh, my attempt at spell point, I'm still alone. Well, he is right. I can't keep hurting myself. I can't give up. If I find him in my mind, I can draw on myself and it may help. But there's no pen around here. Whereas I have little to no options that I take to choose my key. This is disgusting. I can't make worse. I should keep the tooth away from the inside of it. I can do this to overcome this. At least I get out of here. Oh, that is horrible. I don't like that. Okay, so we're back. Now we've seen Echo, our character's point of view. It's nearly time. I've played that game for too long now. Luckily for me, it's given me enough time to strategize and reinforce my original plan. I am out of patience. I haven't heard anything about Yuri lately, and that is what worries me. If she's seriously hurt or worse, like they're going to get information out of me, I'll do whatever it is to get her out of this. It wasn't right for me to come here and disrupt these girls' lives, and I'll make this right even if it costs me my own. Okay, you still there? Oh yeah, I am. Turn to the phone back to my ear. Sorry, I spaced out for a moment. So what exactly you plan to do? They think I'm going to tell them everything they want in return for Yuri. You're not going to? You think I'm stupid, Monica? If I tell them, I can forget about saving Yuri and begin running, because at that point they won't be my concern. I see. Your job, right? Mm-hmm. Monica sighs with the phone, revealing the stress she's under. It sort of irritates me because I am under more stress than her right now, but I suppress any disrespect to her because I understand she has her own worries as well. Virtual Club has been extremely heartbroken over Yuri's circumstances. Me being off and on attending hasn't helped either. But I can't really attend while running these ridiculous errands these idiots are asking of me. Listen, I need to be going now. Please stay safe. Oh, what did I just press? I was not meant to press that. No promises. I'm getting you out of this no matter how dangerous it is to me. I want you to come back to the club. Can you promise me that at least? No. Goodbye, Monica. Stay safe. End the call just as he tries to stop me. That's right, Monica. I can't afford to make promises I know I can't keep. There's a big number I'm outnumbered tonight. There's an even bigger chance I'm going to need a fight. Which reminds me, it's time for me to prepare. Getting into my room, I searched on my bed and pulled out a solid black case. Picking it up, I placed it onto my bed and a code into the lock. 4912. The case opens and reveals a specially built welfare PPQ that has been fitted for 45 APC cartridges. This is not my handgun of choice, but it's used for more ways than one. The serial number has been altered to prevent it from being traced to any specific origin. If anything were to happen to me due to how common it's coupled with modification serial number, the identity of where I got it from or who I am will be useless. Grabbing the handgun, I slide it into several magazines stored in the case. Take the remaining one and slide them into the size of my belt. This will make the fact that I have concealed weapon more convert. Put the handgun on my belt line, small, my back, and lock the case. It's time. Don't know where we are. Okay. Where's he? No clue. It's whatever though, his loss. He will show up. It's not like he has any other options. He arranged it himself. Yes, I did. There's the man of the hour. Good to see you, buddy. You came alone? Yeah. I just wanted you to be safe. I wasn't going to bring anyone else if it meant endangering her further. Good boy. You're such a good dog, taking orders as you're supposed to. He's berating me. The man who's... Well, that seems to be one charged in the meeting. I can't make any familiarity in him. He's a stranger to me. But I am not to him. The man on the left about 5'7". The man on the right 6 foot even, I think. The one on the left though doesn't look muscular. He looks like he knows how to fight. What's wrong? Aren't you excited to see your friend? You look like we deceived. It looks like we deceived you, Echo. Is that what you think? I was more so wondering when you would shut up so I could tell you what I wanted to know. Girl. Don't get smart with me, boy. Let me see Yuri. Talk first. On proof she's alive. Turn to the man she's on the right, she's practically staring through him. Give me those eyes and I'll rip them out of your head. You want proof she's alive? Here. Reaches in the pocket and pulls a handkerchief stained red. This is from the little girl that put forth back to your place. She wasn't easy catch, but I managed to subdue her. She dismissed it after a while. I made a quick work of her, but you sure did as well, Echo. What do you mean by that? Word around the school is you're pretty close. Close enough to where you spend 2 nights drinking together. Is that what you think? Oh my, you're hilarious. Is that the entire reason you lied to me about bringing her here? What, you know? Do you know who I am? You know what I am? The man on the right takes a step back. Perfect. Intimidation factor has been placed. The man on the left is unfazed. You're more intelligent, perceptive than you thought. Mind spilling some beans before we spill yours? Taking a step closer, I smirk slightly and open my arms, effectively revealing that I have nothing to defend myself with. Ask away. Why did you become so tactful? I learned from an older woman in my life. Who and where? Let's see, your mother. That was good. I didn't expect that type of joke from you. Maybe after all, you do have a sense of humour. Give me a straight answer. I learned from one named Ashley Sidney. Can't answer the location because there's no specific one. I've been traded over several countries and several people. Oh, interesting. You're quite the talk of the mystery around the school. What do you do for your job, perhaps? I'm a janitor. A janitor? You gotta be kidding me. You can't come up with anything else than that. If you don't believe me, I'll show you my business card. I'm intrigued, but I think I will do the honours. One of I slowly grabs both of my arms. I don't resist. Wrapping one of his large hands on my wrist, he tightens his grip and restricts me from moving my arms. Right, pockets in the wallet, first sleeves on the right. You're pretty organised, aren't you? Listen, if a man can't tell you what he has in his wallet at all times, he isn't a man. Big oak behind me clumsily searched my right pocket and grabs my wallet. Examining it, he finds the sleeve I discarded and grabs one of the many cards I have. What? No way! What is it? Lower my head and give them a cheeky smile. He's telling the truth. He has a card and looks legit. Hey, Godzilla. Mind loosening your grip a bit back there? You're kind of squeezing too tight. Shut up. Like I care if you're a little discomfort. I begin to squeeze tighter. Perfect. I struggle slightly by pushing a bit of my own force against his body. He reacts by kicking me on the side of my knees, bringing me down. Ow. Stop struggling. The other guy walks closer to me. So tell me, janitor boy, how does a kid like you possess the skills and only land a janitor tutorial job? My plan was to join the military someday. I wanted it to be after I graduated high school. Interesting. Now you see, this doesn't add up. Your personal record from the Island Bay tells me much differently. What? How on earth did you get my record from my old school? Oh, I see, surprised by that. Isn't hard to look up literally anyone you have connections with. And we have more than you'll ever believe. Yep, same here. Eh? Stiffening my muscles, slam my head into the groin of the guy holding me. He achieves by releasing his grip and arm on me and buckling over. Standing up quickly, I swing my torso and elbow to counterclockwise to make the side of his head. Watching the ground behind me, I look towards the big cheese in front of me. Hey, we're doing it. You've been playing this entire time. You're good, aren't you? And you're not. I try to walk towards him, but the guy behind me wraps his hand on my foot. Catching me off guard, restricting me from going any further. Get off me, you parasite. Get back here. You're not going anywhere, boy. The second hand grabs and pulls me down to the ground with him. Yeah? He pulls on top of me and wraps both hands on my throat. Now this isn't good. He has much bigger hands and are huge. Taking as much breath as I can. Some airways completely blocked. I hold it. I need to think fast. Can't get my gun since it's on my back. There aren't many rocks around either. He's keeping his head out of my reach too. Can't bite either, so his hands are just under my jaw. Trying to get dizzy now. I can't kick either, he's to the top of my stomach. For goodness sake, my lungs are burning, the ache becoming increasingly more difficult to bear. Thousands of failed ideas pop in my mind as the stars start to appear in my vision. Uh-oh. This behemoth's grins annoys me. You're gonna die right here, little man. Reach to my left belt and sure, I'm gonna reach one of my magazines. Gripping the bottom part of it, I use as much as I have to slam it into his arm. I managed to successfully catch his arm and he potentially fracture it. Yeah. He recalls releasing his grip on my throat. You little douche. Finally having some air and room to move, I bring my upper body up enough to headbutt him. Yeah. He falls backwards, I slide from underneath him and press my foot on his neck. Rub his arm on Agni's face. Agni is quickly released by panic as I press my foot down. As I feel wave from walls wash over me. Don't kill him. He isn't worth it. I can't let him live. He will go after me and you again. Kill him, it could backfire on you. Remember what Ashley said. No, I can't hesitate this time. I'll not fail this time. I need to save Yuri. This is just one of the consequences I'll have to live with until it's over. Feeling a migraine coming over me, I feel my fingers now to see Snack. Oh, where did the other guy run off to? Son of a dude, I didn't think he'd actually overpower James. I should have just shot the kid when I had the chance right there. Well, he reacted to the Island Boy comment, that means I was correct. I think I just have enough to continue with the plan. I'm going to call the others and tell him what we have planned to go. Oh, so we actually did it, wow. Fair play. Huh? Huh? Excuse me? This must be a dream. And you know what? I don't know. We were just chasing, we went to go find the other guy, and now we're back in the club with Yuri. So it's either a flashback or a dream. It's either we are dead or this is a dream. Either a flashback or a dream. Because we're not dead, we know that. Anyway. I think we've been going for nearly 3 hours. I think we're going to call it here for today. To be honest, the time has absolutely flown by. it doesn't feel like I've been streaming that long. It's gone by really fast. On Illusion, it could, I don't know. Maybe it could be on Yuri, Illusion. No, this is Yuri and I sit inside. This is definitely our character. Yeah, but I think that's all for today. I'll be back live tomorrow. Whether I do Doki Doki, I don't know. I wouldn't mind playing another game, but I don't know really. Other than Undertale, there isn't really another game for me to play at the moment. Anyway, we'll see. Hey, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please consider following and subscribing. If you have done so, thank you very much. So yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you for being in the chat again. Yeah, just do DLC. Yeah, I also like other games as well. But we'll see. Also, this is really intriguing me as well. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope I actually said that. Anyway, I will thank you for being in chat again. To you, Mr. Ice King, greatly appreciated. Always good to have someone to chat to, and anybody else who was in chat, or even if you are lurking, thank you very much. Alright, have a good morning, afternoon, evening, and night. Bye. My goodness.